sit back and I reflect and I think about the past. It's set in stone, I have to view it through the glass. Made a lot of mistakes, I'm learning to adapt. I sit alone and overanalyze the aftermath. No straight and narrow, always seeking out a shortcut. And in the further back, see me playing catch up in the days of sin wonder. Are my days really numbered? Shit, I don't know, but I ain't getting any younger. Not made up, but I made up. I suggested you just keep a zip. Had to lose my brother to learn the value of relationships. I can't forget, I take myself a little trip down memory lane. It's as real as it gets. Sometimes I scare myself from what I really might do. I keep telling you, I've got a couple screws loose, but you refuse to believe the things that I say to you. That's okay, you can join me in the institute. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. I am back, I am better than ever. I survived a little storm and kept my own shit together. But inside my desperation, I was seeking desperate measures. There's a change up in the season, and I'm just a little weathered. There's a thin line between happiness and misery. Pursue the truth, life is not a fucking mystery. Get a clue, common sense is not
Hey.
concerned with just a victory. I used to be a hothead, got a firm grip on my temper. I'm on that next level, balanced and I'm centered. Pain is dangerous, it seems to be my motivator. I'm the type to shoot first and that's
Sorry, somebody wanted me to say that to President Trump. Her.
No reply. Can't call my nightmares with a motherfucking lullaby. So fire up that cigarette, pour a shot to multiply. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me.
That's Penny Bird.
Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me.
I'm getting pretty good at it, honestly. Sharing on Facebook Beats.
With clenched fists, my hands steady. I'm ready to take this leap of faith, and my palms sweaty. I'm so afraid in a state of panic.
I'm gonna be a Patriot Mama Bear, Patriot Street Bear Beater. I haven't worked out all the logistics. Patriot Bear Beater Street. I can't remember what it was called, but I'm one of thems. Welcome back at a full clip. All aboard this crazy train. No money, no cars, no champagne, but I'm still alive. And all the bitches say yes, Papa. Patriots! Because the grift keeps going, that's why. I would beat a patriot with a bear in a street fight. I think's the new t-shirt. I can't remember. Bearskin rug patriot meat beater mama.
Questions, ignore the facts, I can't turn back. God, please answer me, I'm sick of guessing. I clench my fist, it's gut wrenching. Show me the way to the peace that I'm missing, I'm not religious. But remember this, I live my life with the best of intentions. Don't bullshit me, it's hard to believe. And everything around me is so diseased. So answer this, who the fuck are you? And who the fuck am I supposed to be? Should I listen to God and all his prophets? Listen to the greed that aligns my pocket. Listen to the hypocrites compared to the prophet. Listen to the pain that I've clearly adopted. I can't move on when I'm stuck in the past. Hard to forget with a flag at half-mast. Hard to live when the move so fast. And everything around me is made of glass. And I wanna let you know that I got the message. Stuck in the rut and I'm up for suggestions. But where the fuck is the light of my tunnel? So hand me the balance, I'm starting to stumble. They always say that the strong survive. How do we know too young to die? When happiness is in short supply, they hand you a pill and they tell you to try. I love you, and I can't deny. Drive myself crazy with the reasons why I can't come to terms with the word goodbye. And the reason is there's no reply. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days. Show me the beauty when the color fades, color fades. Give me the courage so I'm not afraid, so I'm not afraid. Spread some sunlight on my darkest days, darkest days.
Yo. Go forth and sin no more. Come back around here, girl. You're gonna have to drop them drawers.
Yeah. I want you to listen to me. Now pay attention. Welcome to my sideshow. Enjoy the free admission. The drama club isn't accepting submissions. Done with all that bullshit. This family's nothing to fuck with. Unless you really want it, then we'll add you to that hit list. Tried to prevent these events to such extent. I gave in, I was hell bent, I still lost you in the end. I take 2 sets forward and I take 3 sets back. You can hear the contradiction, maybe I really am a psychopath. The meaning in life, it's not a secret that you keep. It's days and weeks of feeling weak, no sleeping and repeat. Lose your mind and then you find it and get buried underneath the happiness, the pain, and you be getting no relief. What the fuck am I saying? All you faggots paying attention. God blessed you with ears, but you idiots never listen. I guess in what I'm saying, since there is no comprehension, my bleeding heart fell apart, let it be your intervention. Lean back, come on, get relaxed. Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me. Lean back.
Oh, stop speeding. Speeding. We can't do meth in the parking lot. We gotta at least go behind the building. What? Speedy, get in the car. We're gonna get arrested. Speedy.
I sit alone and overanalyze the aftermath. No straight and narrow, always seeking out a shortcut. And in the further back, see me playing catch up in the days of sin wonder. Are my days really numb? But shit, I don't know, but I ain't getting any younger. Not made up, but I made up. I suggested you just keep a zip. Had to lose my brother to learn the value of relationships. I can't forget, I take myself a little trip down memory lane. It's as real as it gets. Sometimes I scare myself from what I really might do. I keep telling
shit, drinking ain't his problem. It's that fucking $400 worth of meth he does a day. Drinking. Speedy.
Take another hit, headed for a relapse. Lose your mind.
When they were down in Texas, they just started buying meth and doing it on stream. Like it wasn't even they quit hiding it.
Lose your mind with me. Lose your mind with me.
Baked Alaska's like, who's that guy over there? And he's like, oh, Speedy had to go talk to his and Baked was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, his meth dealer, Baked, his meth dealer. Is that what you want to hear? I have some bad news, guys. Well, I have some bad news and some good news. You're getting the bad news first. I don't care which one you want first. Bad news is I got no African preachers tonight. None. Not a single one. I think Africa's out of preachers. But the good news is I've been so busy and so tied up I didn't even realize it. But the good news is I actually had a direct invitation setting in my inbox that was an invite to go on the phone call with Trump. Brad's been bragging about it for 2 weeks. I've been too busy to even notice. I had an invitation in my email to go on a call with the president, very bigly, of the United States, Donald J. Trump. We'll get to it right after this. First, somebody teach me how to Dougie.
Hey. Teach me how to Dougie. Hey. They be like,
What?
will you teach me how to Dougie? You know why? 'Cause all my bitches love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumping. And for you, to back it up and dump it.
Pump it out.
Put your arms out front, clean side to side. They gon' be on you when they see you hit that Dougie, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody fucking with my bro from Morningside. He go by Bubba and he hits the dance with thunder.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie. Break it down.
你好吗？你好吗？真长你好高，现在真快乐，没过来，没过来。
Miguelai, Miguelai.
Teach me how to ducky.
That's my favorite part.
Teach me how to ducky.
I ain't from Dallas but I D-town boogie. I show my moves off now if buddy trying to do me. I lead our functions and all the ladies trying to screw me. Now you just do you and I'ma do me.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
Word.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
This is a really hard job. Literally.
Help us.
Say what?
Thank you, BT, for doing the remix for us. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jay Reese, for the intro music. All of our music here, except for that one by BT. Even the BT remix of our intro song is by Mr. Jay Reese. Thank you guys for the music. You guys do that. I can't, so I appreciate it. What I do is ship has sailed comedy, okay? And receive death threats and set right on the tip of everybody else's lips. That's what I'm good at, okay? Can't keep me out their mouth, but that's what I'm good at. Thank you for joining us tonight. I am Will Bird in the flesh, and this is the Cold Beer Confessional. I appreciate you guys coming out. A couple updates. Make sure you check out Intel Lady dropped a new video. Go check it out. I tried to share it in the Telegram. Make sure you check out Intel Lady. Actually, let me do this right quick. I'm going to start the bot, but first I'm going to drop Intel Lady's link in case you guys don't have it. Let me grab that. She dropped a new video today. It had Kirsten W in it and a special guest. A special guest that's really into touching Brad's face while she's drunk and also doing a little bit of the pornography when she was younger. So you guys can check that out. Here's her link to her channel. Check her out. She's got an awesome channel. She's pretty funny. Other than that, thank you for joining us. I'm going to start the bot. If you want to support the stream, the best way to do that is just like and share. If you're on Facebook, you can like the page and like the video. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the page. We got backup channels. We got channels that do different things. We got all kinds of stuff. We got all our haters are basically extensions of my channels. There's some type of amalgamation of Liberty Warrior 36 and let's see what Will did today so we can yell about it. But thank you for joining us. This is the only true Cold Beer Confessional, no matter how much everybody else wants to be it. If you want to go above and beyond the likes and the shares, which is all we need, but if you want to go above and beyond, I'm going to start the bot. There's a couple ways to donate to the show to help support the show. That would be Cult Club, which is Stream Elements. Buy me a coffee if you're coming from Facebook or you'd rather do it like that. They just take Stripe and PayPal and everything else. And we also have the GoFundMe still going while we work to purchase a house because we lost ours. This is season 2, straight from the camper. You see the camper in the background. There's even look, I even got some little background purple going on back there. What is that? The kids' TV? See? Look, I got $1 million studio here. You guys are out here thinking I'm homeless. I got $1 million studio down on the river. Thank you for joining us. As I said in the intro, somebody sent me a link. And it said, oh yeah, make sure you hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. You got to close the chat if you're on your phone, but go ahead and hit the like button. I thank you. I appreciate it. So somebody sent me a link and said, this was the call that Brad was on with Trump. I said, okay. So I clicked on the link, and it was the call that Brad was on with Trump. So I thought, you know what? I'm part of, like, when the election was going on and I was covering politics, I signed up for everybody's newsletter, everybody's supporter club. I made my political donations that, I typically make. I did all that stuff. So I thought, you know what? I got a whole spam box full of, like, political stuff. What if I took this link and I searched this link in my inbox? And when I did, I got now I'm not saying this is how Brad got invited. I'm just saying this is how I got invited. When I searched that link in my inbox, I got an email pop up that said, Donald Trump wants to confirm that you're going to be attending the special phone call with leaders from around the nation. And I said, okay. So I clicked it and opened it. And again, it was a cash grab wanting me to donate to be on the Zoom. Enough money to be on the Zoom. I don't know what the minimum was. It was kind of, they're kind of vague about that stuff, so you'll donate more. Hell, it might have been $1 donation. I don't know. Or I could just watch it live, and I went with the watch it live. Now, Brad built this up as, I'm going to be on a phone call with the President of the United States. Turns out there were several thousand people on this cash grab phone call, and it was nothing special. Here it is. Let's check it out. Now listen, I wasn't supposed to invite. I didn't have no +1 or +286. Like, you guys are going to have to chill. Act like you're supposed to be here and nobody will throw us out, okay?
From across the country, we have thousands of people on the call who represent millions, and it's wonderful to be in touch with you again months after the 5 years that we all worked together for President Trump.
What?
And it is my great honor to turn it over to a wonderful friend and fearless leader and just...
Oh, so it's just a YouTube video?
...community, Pastor Paula White. Thank you so much, Jenny. It's wonderful to be with you all, and I am so grateful for your invaluable leadership, as never needed before. So we look back in 2015, we created the Faith Advisory Board, as many of us were personally meeting with President Trump, then Mr. Trump. Of course, we know most of the story. It grew to the most robust coalition in modern-day history. Our unity brought unprecedented victories, influence, and access. Many who sat on the sidelines got in the fight for our freedoms, and most of all, for future generations. Well, that is direly needed right now, and I am grateful today.
This isn't like something you would tell people you've been invited to a phone call. This is like hearing a band on the radio and saying, hey, man, I got backstage passes to their concert. They personally invited me to come hang out in their dressing room and snort some blow off a hooker's ass. But really, all I did was hear the song on the radio.
I am grateful today to launch this National Faith Advisory Board coalition.
Brad's in there somewhere. They have 10,000 leaders from around the nation, which really means they have 10,000 suckers who donated.
With Jenny Korn, Amanda Robbins, and our 70 executives on the council to continue and to grow the great works that we have done and to advocate for the values that we stand for. Today is going to be an amazing day, and thank you for being a part. And before we get into our honored speaker, we want to start with prayer, and we want to introduce David Kubal of National Intercessors of America. I want to thank you for...
The shit's already going. You have just unmuted your phone call. To remute your call, please press 9 twice. Like, you can't even hear what's going on.
Sponsoring our very first call. Thank you so much, David, and we'd love to hear your prayer.
Well, thank you, Jenny, and thank you, Pastor Paul.
So what this call was the IFA special praying with President Trump. Now, Trump does come on later. There you go.
A relationship with Israel, and you know what I did? Represented on. We just have to go. Great question, David. Well, they want to take your religious freedoms away. That's in terms of a threat. They want to
have it.
You know, one of the things that actually I thought was very important, but people don't talk about it very much, are the Johnson Amendment. I obliterated the Johnson Amendment, and basically they were taking your rights away. You couldn't. The most respected people were not allowed to talk about politics, essentially, and if you did, they took your taxes.
What kind of dumb piece of shit moron is going to go out and brag that they're on a personal phone call with Donald Trump when they've been invited to a Zoom meeting where they can't even unmute their phone?
Exempt status away from you. And I will say that I've had meetings early on at board meetings with people of faith, a lot of very many people of the Christian faith, and they were afraid to.
That's right, Bri. I had front row seats to every Trump rally that ever happened on YouTube.
talk about politics because they didn't want to lose tax exempt status. And I obliterated the Johnson Amendment, and I consider it very important. It's not talked about too much.
Joel, that just reminded me. Do you guys remember when Trump went to South Carolina and the QAnon people said that they could tell that it was a clone Trump because he had his pants on backwards? I know that ain't the real one. You gotta use your discernment eyes to look for the discerning clues of discernment. And his pants had wrinkles because they were on backwards. Everybody knows the asshole, the ass pocket, the ass pouch goes in the back. Okay.
But I consider it very important. And you just have to see, David, that elections have real consequences, and we're seeing that in real time with the Biden administration. It's been a rough period of time for a lot of people. Nobody thought it could be this bad. Bernie Sanders cannot believe it because he would have been far better. He could not believe, and he cannot believe what's happening. This is far
I'm sure you talk to Bernie Sanders daily.
worse than Bernie Sanders ever thought. And the coalition will work.
Let's see what Brad... Here's a clip that Brad had to say about it. Lynn Owen sent this in. Thank you for this. Let's see what Brad had to say about it.
Not what you think it was, okay? It's not what you think it was. Yes, these people are not cabal. No. Somebody says, are they trustworthy enough? They're not cabal. No. These people are born again, blood-bought Christians. And
hold on, let me see if I can get the audio directly from Telegram. Here we go. Maybe it won't echo as bad.
Not what you think it was, okay?
Okay.
It's not what you think it was. Yes, these people are not cabal. No. Somebody said, are they trustworthy enough? They're not cabal. No. These people are born again, blood.
These are not cabal, the caballers. These are not caballers, okay? They're the International Foundation of Zionists. They're anti-caballers. Wanna be a caballer, shot caller, 20-inch blades with my kamaller. I can tell. Uh-oh, Carolyn. He can't even describe his own stupidity. Oh my God, have I had it muted? He can't even, I'll back it up, but he can't even describe his own stupidity.
Trust me. All right. So anyway, the phone call was actually a call, okay, and it was. How can I say this?
How do I even describe it? Listen how long that frickin' pause is, dude. These are not caballers. These are shot callers. And they all think that they know the fact that the anchor baby is Kamaler.
Remember this. It's not what you think it was, okay? It's not what you think it was. Yes, these people are not cabal. No. Somebody said
No.
No. These people are born again, blood-bought Christians. And they hate the cabal. Okay, trust me. All right, so anyway.
I trust you, Brad.
The phone call was actually a call, okay? And it was... how can I say this? It was basically a call of faith leaders, okay? People in ministry. I don't have any ministry, so to speak, I don't guess, but...
Yeah, it was the International Zionism Foundation or some shit.
I was asked to be on it, okay? So it was an honor.
The reason I say that is because half the call is about Israel. Like your religion might make you like Israel. You might be Jewish and like Israel, whatever. We got fucking problems going on right here. I don't give a fuck what Israel's doing. Our whole country's falling apart, and we look at the laughing stock of the world. The fuck has Israel got to do with it? How many Afghanis did they fly straight into Tel Aviv?
To be on it. Now, let me tell you this. Trump did not tell us anything that we haven't heard before. Okay?
Yeah, no shit. It was a live stream call. It was a live streamed call. What was he going to tell you? Hey guys, I just want to let you know that General Flynn is Q. And that crazy Kathy, my snatch bitch or whatever her name is, that says she's been working for me for 6 years and I just found out last month, that's all true. She is actually the great niece of Nikola Tesla, and me and her interact telepathically. What the fuck did you think he was going to say?
So, but don't be disappointed, okay? It's not a disappointment. Because you have to understand something, okay?
You have to understand that you can go to YouTube and you can be on the call too. You have to understand that I bragged about this for 2 weeks, about how big a deal it was. I was going to be on the phone with Donald Trump, and you could basically go on YouTube and be on the phone with him as well.
Trump is in a position that he can't, just like I talked about General Flynn, same thing applies with Trump. He's in a position where he cannot tell certain things. All right? And I'm telling you. Now, I don't know what I'm about to say. I don't know for a fact. I can't say it for a fact, and I'm not saying it for a fact. Okay? But I will say this. I've got a lot of intel. I've got a lot of...
oh, God.
I think...
You ain't got shit. You got one guy who you claim, you can't show the photos, but he sent you a picture of a gun and a badge and claimed that he works with federal agencies. And he knows, and everybody around him knows, who the wink, wink, real president is.
There's going to be some big things happening. Personally, I believe this over the next 2 weeks. And I'm talking about some good things.
That's right. Ruthless and truthless. That's what they ought to call him.
Not bad things. Good things. Okay? Kathy Clem, another nothing burger. I'm going to starve before this is all over. Well, don't let the door hit.
Someone said another nothing burger. Rightfully so, they're upset. Look, nothing you have said or alluded to or got us excited about has fucking happened. We've had every date known to man to be waiting for. You've pushed the field goal. You've run around. You've made a shit ton of fucking money. You got Mel K all going all Pornhub on you and rubbing your face up and down while she's a little bit tipsy, doing your own little private adult movie in the middle of a hotel bar. You've lived the good life, buddy. While telling people, just keep waiting. Oh, next week, next month, the next 2 hours. Oh, we'll get that website up one of these days. You just wait. Actually, everybody go back to Facebook. Nothing's working.
Things, not bad things, good things.
I need to see it. Oh, there it is. Kurt Kathy Clam. Another nothing burger. I'm going to starve before this is all over. This guy's not even being mean. He's saying nothing else fucking happened. Nothing else happened. It's a nothing burger. And my family is literally starving. You keep telling us money's coming. You keep telling us wealth is coming. You keep telling us help is coming. You keep telling us Trump is coming. You keep telling us it's all going to be fixed. And my family is going to starve before anything happens that you guys are predicting. This guy's clearly upset with... Listen, if Trump came down... If the clouds split and Trump came down from heaven, riding on a magic carpet, being toted along by 4 angels, and the sun cast a halo upon his head tomorrow, fuck Trump. There's too much blood on his hands now. We've lost too many things we can't get back, especially the lives of our service members, the people who have taken their own, the people who have spent months in jail. Fuck Trump. This plan sucked. There's blood on his hands. Char said it the other night when she said, I expect answers, not fucking riddles. It's exactly right.
Okay. Kathy Clem, another nothing burger. I'm going to start before this is all over. Well, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. All right? It's okay. This is not.
It's okay. It's okay. Listen, tomorrow we'll be on our own website, and I'll give you the real intel. Oh, shut it down. Shut it down. The website's still broke. Back to Facebook. Back to Facebook. Dumbass. Oh, my goodness.
Work hard and has to work hard and provide a path on the state and national level to push back on some of these aggressive threats, and the coalition will do that, but they're threats to religious freedoms, and we just have to go out and we have to fight, David. We have to fight like never before, and then we have
I hope somebody searches this and figures out it was actually a call from like last year.
to gain back the position we had. We did better in the last 4 years than they've ever done on any one of the topics that's so dear to your hearts. We did better than ever before in the history of our country, and hopefully they'll remember it. I mentioned Catholicism, and
I'm not even sure there's a live streaming function on his website. I've seen videos posted there. I've never seen a live video on his website. That might just be the pot of gold he's got at the end of his little rainbow. That might be how he's making his living. Oh yeah, well, we had to get a new website designer. We had to get our own hosting. We had to get new servers, and we had to get new IP addresses. We had to get new computer guys. And my guy, his mom helps him, and she got sick, and his whole family's been abducted and taken to Afghanistan to suffer. And I just honestly, I just used a little bit of extra money to get the thing going.
I was surprised. I think it was a 50-50 vote, and I say, how can you vote 50-50? You look at the situation with abortion, and you look at their views, and then you vote 50-50, and so many other things. So, I just don't understand how that's even possible, but that's the way it goes. With respect to the Jewish vote, I got 25% of the Jewish vote. And yet and one thing has nothing to do with the other, but look what I did with the embassy in Jerusalem and what I did with so many other things. Nope, there is.
Who cares? Who cares? We're losing soldiers in Afghanistan. We're losing good people at fucking home. Who cares? The economy's broke. The fucking people are broke. The housing market's broke. The fucking lumber prices are broke. The president's a fucking broke dick. Who cares? You could move that embassy right outside me in the next camping spot over. Who give a fuck?
Israel has never had a better friend.
You've lost too much.
They got 25% of the vote. So I think they have to get together. There has to be a little bit more unity with the religious groups all represented on this call. Rabbi Yaakov Menken, highly respected Managing Director Coalition for Jewish Voters. Rabbi, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, is coming up, and it's a time for taking stock.
Going to be back. If there's any saving grace in the horror show that's been going on over the last 8 months, when you think of it, energy independent, no longer energy independent, inflation going through the roof. By the way, COVID, or the China virus as I call it, but COVID is out of control. If I were the president, it would be the biggest story that, he's lost control. Well, COVID is setting records right now. But with all of the things we've done, with everything we can do, we created the greatest economy in the history of the world. We never had an economy. And then I did it twice. I got it back after we came up with so many different answers, including therapeutics and vaccines. We did.
Do you think that Trump is suffering any of the things that we're living under? Do you think any of his friends or family tragically died in Afghanistan? Do you think that he lost his unemployment, or he was on the verge of being evicted and the moratorium ran out, or that he can't? If you think any of his family, if they end up catching COVID, do you think that they're going to get sent to a hospital to die on a ventilator? You think they're going to get the best treatment money can buy? Well, I wonder what'll happen. He's just a regular guy, just like me and you. He loves us and thinks we're special.
A job. I think if we didn't come up with a vaccine and the therapeutics, which I think people don't talk about, but Regeneron and some of the others, I think you would have had a 1917 Spanish flu where almost 100
I know what
million
the
people
call
died.
is from. I'm on the page.
I'm very enthused that we can win in 22, we can win in 24, and I think it's very important that we find out what happened in 20, because when you look at those states, there was no way the presidential candidate of the Republican Party lost those states, and people know it, and people are very angry about it. So I really do. I feel optimistic about our country based on the fact that I think we'll be put back. It would have been easier if we did it, a little bit differently, more traditionally, where we had the strongest border we've ever had, and now we have the weakest border on the south that we've ever had. But and it's all based around God. It's so important, Dave. You asked the final part of your question. God is so important to the success of what we're doing, because without
He
God,
ain't eating no food from no buckets, huh?
I just want to thank all of the people that have been so great and my friends, and I know so many of you now so well. People that I didn't know so well at the beginning, I know so well right now, and it's an incredible group of people. And I guess that's also what gives me the kind of spirit that we all have. The people on this call have tremendous spirit.
No. The people in your base, the majority of them, they're either overdosing on hopium, getting ready to take that final leap and head towards the light when nothing happens, or their spirit's fucking broken.
Spirit, and they all have tremendous hope, and they all love God. I want to thank you all very much, and maybe I'll just turn it over right now, and someone is going to say a final prayer, and I'll save that as a little surprise.
Good deal.
Thank you very much, everybody.
A special guest, final prayer? Amazing.
You were the champion of people of faith while we were at the White House, and we got to work with these thousands of people on the call.
While we were at the White House.
Thank you for joining our call. We are officially launched as the National Faith Advisory Board and continuing the work of the White House Office of Public Liaison on the outside to make sure that we are one strong voice. Thank you so much, Pastor Paula, for your leadership. And we cannot end without prayer. And it's my honor to introduce Pastor Robert Morris from Gateway Church, one of the last trips that we made last year.
Why that man got a testicle on his neck? That's weird.
Was to Gateway Church with President Trump.
You are what you eat, brother.
Thank you for being on with us, and please let us end with prayer.
Well, thank you. I just want to ask everyone to join me in prayer right now. Lord, we know that our prayers aren't just going into the air. We know that our prayers aren't just going up to the ceiling. We know that our prayers are going to the throne room of God. And Lord, we want to tell you thank you for that. And Lord, we also pray not just for the...
No, but I think you asked a dumb question. I voted for Trump. No, he's not coming back. Yes, it's over. He's not president. We had an inauguration. He's not coming back. There's no special date to watch for. He's not gonna come take over and fucking fix everything. He's laughing on his way to the golf course, hanging out with his friends, while we're left to suffer. While he left his supporters in fucking prison. While the rest of us are living under this fucking mess that he does nothing about and continues to perpetuate the Q narrative instead of coming out and saying, no, that's bullshit. Like, clearly, I'm not president. What the fuck are y'all talking about? I'm not running it behind the scenes.
Lord, for Paula, for Jimmy, for Amanda, for the whole team. Lord, we pray for them. We pray for their families. We pray for protection. We pray for wisdom. Lord, we pray for guidance. And we want to say, as a group of Christ, in Jesus.
I'm tired of praying for it. Whatever. All right. So that was the special phone call that apparently we were all invited to. We were all invited to that call, but Brad made it a special announcement on his page to let everybody know that he had been invited. Let's go grab that post right quick. I want to read it one more time, and you guys tell me if this fits the call we were just all invited to. I hope he didn't delete it. Military. Really think about. I already read that one. Clister Killer. Am the only one? It was one where he had to cancel the show. Here it is. Are you ready? Now tell me if this fits this description. I've been working nonstop. I haven't even had time to eat. I am sorry to say there is just no way I can possibly pull off a show for tonight. But boy, oh boy, do I have some news for you. I was just invited along with a few others, to be on a private, in all caps, conference call with, I do not want to understate this, the next 9 words are in all caps, with the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. Exclamation point, exclamation point. Surprise face, American flag. Surprise face, American flag. Surprise face, American flag. Surprise face. P.S. Please excuse that I'm now going to pass out. Hands in the air, praising God emoji. You think that's the description of what you just saw? I was just invited, along with a few others, to be on a private conference call with the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. The man, the myth, the legend. Mr. Brad Barton, the millionaire grifter. Thank you for giving us this this wonderful piece of history, Mr. Brad Barton. I appreciate that. All right, here we go. We're going to talk about something different today. We're going to talk about a guy. He's not really a grifter. I would say he's a dumbass. Yeah, I would say that's an accurate description. I would say he's a dumbass. I would say that it's funny and kind of tragic as well, but it's mostly funny. He's a 4channer. He's a channer, a 4channer. His name is Mr. Miles Rutledge. We're going to talk about Miles. Now, Miles Rutledge is a 19-year-old. And he decided that on, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. He's a 22-year-old. He's a 22-year-old student and investment banking intern from Birmingham, UK. And he's about to do his 3rd year at Loughborough University. He decided that over a holiday break from his school that he would go on a little trip. He couldn't think of where he wanted to go, but he said he just decided that he wanted to go somewhere to get some excitement, to feel like he had a little action. Where would be fun? Where would be exciting? Where should we go on vacation for this break that I have? He didn't want to go to, London or Spain or nothing like that. So he decided to Google the 10 most dangerous countries in the world. And he kind of used that as what he says, quote, his shopping list. At the very top of the list was a country, I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's kind of been in the news. Was a country called, let me see, I don't want to mispronounce it. A country called Afghanistan. Yeah, I think it's Afghanistan. He messaged some people, watched some YouTube videos, and thought this stuff's all right. I thought as the UK and US are still there, it's got to be pretty safe. So Rutledge began updating people about his misadventures on 4chan. Where people are known, where people know him by his Twitch username Lord Miles, where he's known by the name Lord Miles he's since been keeping people informed on his Facebook profile. In the early hours of Tuesday, August 17th, Miles posted to Facebook and confirmed that he had been evacuated from Kabul airport, so he did get out. Where there have been hundreds of Afghanis risking death to try to climb on board the aircraft and put a flight out to Afghanistan. He's now safe in Dubai after reporting earlier where he'd been put on a list for a flight there. Dubai is a major hub for flights to destinations in Europe and Asia. So this guy decides that he wants a little bit of adventure, that he wants to have something to do. He's interested in a little walk on the wild side. So this motherfucker decides to go to Afghanistan while the country's literally being overrun. And he made some very poor decisions. Let's check out, someone else already covered part of this. I've got his live stream, but someone else already covered part of this. This is from Jabroni's YouTube channel, Jabroni. Check him out. I want to watch a portion of this video here. Let's meet Miles.
It's a beautiful country filled with friendly people, delicious food, and breathtaking natural beauty. It's a perfect place for an anonymous 4chan poster to go on vacation. Except there was just one problem.
To Afghanistan now, where the Taliban is seizing control of more and more territory. Militants have taken their 10th major city of Ghazni and are closing in on Kandahar in the south. Now concerns are growing that they could take the capital of Kabul, home to the U.S. Embassy and hundreds of American troops.
This is the story of how one poster's trip to Afghanistan transformed him from an anon into a public figure, and how he barely escaped with his life. I'm Jabroni, and this is the legend of Lord Miles. It started with a 4chan post on Friday the 13th, August 2021, which read,
Friday the 13th is when he decided that's what he's doing. Now, he made some mistakes along the way. I'll just go ahead and tell you about it. That way we don't have to watch Jabroni's. You can go check out Jabroni's thing. He posted on 4chan. This thread has since been deleted, or I'd just be reading from the thread. He posted that decided to pop down to Afghanistan for a few days, never been before, just goofing off and soaking in the sun. Seems more peaceful than London to me. That was on the 13th. Things quickly spiraled out of control. People said timestamp or fuck off. So they didn't believe him, right? So he decided to post his paper. His papers that he got from customs and immigrations, his flight log, his tickets, everything about him, and decided to post that to prove it. Unfortunately, I'm a student at Elborough University. I'll be here for 5 days. 5 days turned into only 4 days, but they were kind of terrifying for him. So he went into Afghanistan. People started calling him out, saying like shit like, "Bro, you're going to fucking die. Get the fuck out of that place. What's wrong with you? This is stupid." Also, I don't think you understand the reason I came is because of the news. Because that was a response to someone that says, I almost have a first-class degree in physics and an investment banking job. Yeah, I'm incredibly retarded, yes. So this was his adventure, his little adventure of a lifetime. And he decided to go there, and there's where he Googled the top 10 most dangerous places. Tickets are non-refundable, therefore I either stay permanently in a grave or I leave on the 19th as planned. Just the Afghanistan grind set instead of mindset, because he's now an inspirational Afghani YouTuber. If the Taliban kidnap me, the plan is simple. I'm legally, technically a lord. So Lord M.L. Rutledge, I guess he's going to try to get a hostage. Let's hope we don't get to see that. Now on the 14th, he decided to go sightseeing. On the 14th, he decided to go out sightseeing, and when he did, he took several pictures. Here is a confiscated military vehicle. Test. It's saying I've been banned for stating my name. How cringe that this isn't allowed. He decided to go walking around. He was posting timestamps to prove where he was at and when he was at. He decided to, U.S. intelligence agency's initial prediction of Kabul following the Taliban in 90 days had been revised to 72 hours. This was as Taliban was falling. He decided to grab a taxi. That's where I want to get to. He was talking about how he paid money to be in a safe house. He said it was hidden away with metal barricades and hidden doors. It's really great. I would love to show you my window, but it's right in the city center, and the area is a secret safe house. I can't say the location, but it's like a 5-minute walk from the embassy. So if all goes wrong, I'll just go for a swift-paced walk. Well, turns out when he finally decided to go to the embassy, it was closed. So he hops in a taxi and goes for a ride, and he's kind of sightseeing and seeing shit. And that's when he starts to see the country in anarchy. There are people protesting the street. The banking system collapsed. He starts seeing people being robbed at gunpoint and carjacked, and he decides to flee to the embassy. But the only problem is, as you can see in this post, country in anarchy. Saw a few dead in a car crash. Military is fleeing, and only a few brave stay. Embassy is closed. So I walk to the airport and I'm safe. We'll find British representatives and get a flight out. Well, the embassy's closed and they canceled all the flights. His plan to walk to the embassy is probably the stupidest plan that you could possibly have in Afghanistan. Anybody want to guess? He decided to pose as a woman in Afghanistan, thinking, oh, they won't fuck with me if I'm a woman. Have you not seen anything? Have you not seen anything on Afghanistan at all? Or honor killings or stonings or the way that he decided to pose as his interpreter's wife so no one knew he was a foreigner and try to fucking snatch him up and demand ransom. He put on a headscarf and walked around behind his wife, behind the interpreter as the wife, while the interpreter led him around, and they were immediately stopped. And he decided after that first stop, he took off his headscarf. So he's not too bright. He did make it to the airport. Jesus has saved me. I hope I will either die a man or leave with giant balls. Hey, one said there is no more flights here. Flights had already been canceled. He was trying to fly out of the civilian side. He walked over to the military side. They wouldn't let him in. Flights had already been canceled. People were like, oh, bro, your flight's canceled. You're going to die. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. Bro, your flight just got canceled. Bearish on Lord Rutledge survival at this time. Saw the Taliban into the airport. They saw me, but kind of didn't care. I'm going back to the safe house now. Plan to wait to see if any flights return or resume. So this is when it was all closed down and everything was done. This kid is just fucking hanging out in fucking Afghanistan. Who does this? I'll be giving body armor emergency evacuation right now to a better place as all compounds are to be abandoned. I'm with the best of the best. So he did have military contractors that he was with, apparently, at least at the safe house. But he did an 1.5-hour live stream, and I have not seen this. I've only heard about it, so let's see what his story is. This is Lord Miles, the Afghani freelancer.
Guys, I don't know how this works. Can you guys see me? Right, can... Okay. Oh, it's live. You guys can see me. You can see me. Yes, type yes in the chat if you can see me. Me? Yes. Hey, decent, right? So, firstly, Afghanistan might have fallen, right? The entire country might have fallen. And the Taliban might have taken over. But I still have my drip. I've still got this. And someone said earlier, show me your tits, and I'm like...
I still have my drip. Of course.
Muscular stuff. But basically, I need to ask a favor.
Society's doomed.
So if you guys don't mind getting, this link right here to this stream and sharing it on 4chan or sharing it wherever you want, just if you got spare moments, because I'm using a VPN, so I can't.
Not as a.
But
you couldn't pay me enough to step foot in Afghanistan as a civilian. You could definitely pay me enough to step foot in Afghanistan as a contractor again. But as a civilian, especially English or American, hell no.
Answer any questions, as long as it won't reveal my location. So that's good. 273 people. Wow, that's like more than 10. But yeah, I may act more retarded than usual, right? Just because I haven't had water in ages, but now I'm in a safe place. Are you able to get out? We're not too sure yet. Basically, there's Americans, there's Russians, there's basically everyone here. It's in Kabul.
One thing he did have that the American citizens there didn't have, even though he just went there. He just had a promise from the UK government that they wouldn't stop till all their people were out. As Americans, you just got, hey, we're not moving the deadline. You better get to the airport. Get away from the airport, it's going to explode. Okay, now come back to the airport. Get away again, it's going to explode at the gate. Okay, now if you guys want to come back, the deadline's tomorrow.
It's a safe place, very, very safe. Dude, what drawing do you want? Drawing? What's that mean? You gonna draw me like naked or something? Did you shag any Afghani cuties? No, thankfully not. I've got a girl, right? And here's the thing too, she's amazing, absolutely amazing person, right? I really like her. And we haven't been going out too long, but we're both Catholic, it seems good. And I won't reveal away too many identities because I can tell she doesn't want to be, put it out there too much. But I haven't updated on what's happened today. And she doesn't know. Because she basically said, I don't want to worry, so I just didn't tell her I almost died. I've told her, like, everything's good today, as I'm literally running. 1 second.
Did he just turn his water bottle the wrong way trying to open it? Even in Afghanistan, the water bottles turn the same way.
Now my girlfriend's in North Korea, mate. Totally. So I was meant to be going on the 19th, right? Like popping out, because I was just goofing off in Afghanistan, you know. And if you don't like it, you're pretty much like an Afghanistan phobe. If anyone uses iPhone,
you're an Afghanistan phobe if you don't like it.
I mean, because like we used to have Italophobes, and now we've got British.
He's about to be the girlfriend. He don't get up out of there.
So what's this? This questions are chat's huge. Shit, fuck me. Get some free loot.
Damn, shut the fuck up. The airplane wasn't fake. I know that you're mentally handicapped on this, but you don't understand jet engines, you don't understand airplanes, you don't understand how much easier it would be to put a real fucking plane there than it would a fake one.
Yeah. They can suck my dick. Typically goof off spot. Yeah, to be fair, I had North Korea planned originally, and what I did, I basically, I tried to message the Syrian embassy, and I called him a few times asking if I could meet Assad, but he basically said no, and I was like, okay, I'll go to Afghanistan then. But yeah, zoom. How do you zoom? I don't know. 500 people. Oh, so many retards. When are you joining the Taliban? I don't know. When they're more based. Ha, jokes. I'm joking. What's the plan?
More based. That's a 4chaner for sure.
I was like, oh hey, and then he just said, here's the Wi-Fi, here's the place. Make yourself relax, wear some Western clothes, so I can just take this scarf off and I'll look normal. So I've got normal stuff. Beauty and body art. Well, actually, the beauty is in the viewers, which you're all sexy and you kind of helped me. Like, not I wouldn't have survived for some of you if it wasn't for some of you, because like the stuff you guys have shared with me, so thank you. Here's the thing: if you didn't share,
he's not very bright at all.
Happened to me, right? If you didn't share, all the resources to help me, I would have died. So you would have had more.
Well, to be fair, if he had have been Al Akbar on their local television channel, at least all the QAnon grifters would have screamed, "It's all fake, guys! Have you never seen a movie? Part of the plan. Trump wants everybody to hate him and Biden both. It's the plan."
Entertaining.
Trump wants everybody to think that he's secretly in charge and has blood on his hands.
Kind of a 4chan thread if it happened. But yeah, Miles, besides this, what other boards do you go on? I used to go on poll quite a bit, because it was like the 2016 times, you know what I mean, like the meme wars and all that rubbish. It was good stuff, but now I've kind of gone over to iFunny. So I have about 2k days on iFunny. Why did you go to Afghanistan? Well, good question. I don't even know. What I did, I kind of thought, what's the most fun country I could go to that isn't kind of boring, as in, there's some excitement in there and it's different, because I don't want to go to another, London or even Spain. So what I did, I googled the 10 most dangerous countries in the world, and then I used that as like a shopping list.
What the fuck did you buy at Target, Mariah?
So top was Afghanistan, and then I messaged some people, watched some YouTube videos, and I thought, this stuff's alright. And basically I was like, well, the UK and US is still there, could be pretty safe, So then I go to the embassy, I talk to them, they're a little bit confused. So I get a tourism visa. I can't show you around the safe house, mate. They'll identify it, trust me. There's like pictures and stuff. Not risking it, because there's other people's lives at stake, you know what I mean? But yeah, so I just went to the embassy, and then I decided, goofing off in Afghanistan sounds good. Telling the Taliban to suck my dick while I was hiding in Kabul. Yeah, well, they'll offer proof you're real there. Then. Okay, I want to see it. How did you walk from Kabul to airport? Well, like this, like proper walking. So I'll tell you where my safe house was. So you know where the British embassy is? I was about a 10-minute walk from there, right? And it was in the central area, and it was a National Garden in the centre. There's a Samsung store. It's about 2 minutes from there. Miles, make a selfie with a Taliban member. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe ISIS next week. But yeah, so we went back to the safe house, and I gathered all my stuff, and I literally ran upstairs. And they weren't answering the door, so we thought, they abandoned the place. But they thought we were Taliban. But we eventually got in, ran up, grabbed my stuff, ran all the way back down. And do you remember me saying on the thread, I clog the toilet? I never got to unclog it. So there's a massive shit left somewhere of the Taliban to go and uncover. Oh, so based. I think you might have accidentally joined this, bro. Joined ISIS, bro. I'm going to turn ISIS like ISIS into was. You probably heard that a million times, but it still holds up true. But yeah, so we get to the embassy, and there's people leaving. They're taking furniture, like they're taking stuff, and there's some people just like leaving.
They're taking furniture out of the embassy. Of course, that's a good idea. Taking furniture, that's got to look good. Well, I'll just go to the embassy. It's being robbed by Afghanis. Oh, sweet.
People that not really important, but people I needed. And my translators.
Someone bought you a 6-pack. This kid is a smarmy prick. Lucky he's alive from his vacation. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, I'm not wishing death on anybody, of course, but damn, what an idiot.
Said, oh, blah, blah, blah. They're gone. Go to the airport. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to the airport. So we're walking across the main road, and I'll show you guys all the videos. I took some videos if I could. But I was walking with this, 30-kilogram suitcase and a backpack and this. And because we see the Taliban driving up and down, and there's people shooting in the air just to kind of get by, because how it works in Afghanistan, there's, I like the chat, there's not 2 lanes, there's no traffic lights, there's nothing. It's free for all, right? So people are literally getting their guns, shooting in the air to get other people to move their car, which I think is kind of based, but like, not for me, because I kind of got in my way. So people were shooting in the air, babies were screaming, women just running around, in burqas. Everyone's fighting, there's like things on fire. It's basically anarchy, right? So it's pretty based. But at the same time, I was...
Pretty based.
I wasn't panicking, but I kind of accepted that the worst case scenario will happen. So I was kind of praying every 30 seconds or so. So I was just walking, and then what we did, we held a hand out, basically. Right.
Uh-oh.
For Mariah. By the way, I woke up to deadbeat husband swinging from the ceiling fan in nothing but his birthday suit and leather chaps. Screw you, Scott.
Man, Scott's got his meat hooks in him, don't he? Jesus, I feel bad for you. Thank you, Sugar Mama, for the $5 donation. That's not enough to get Mariah out of trouble, but we'll handle that when it's time to handle that.
Kicked us out when they saw I was English. So
Thank you for the donation.
And also I put on like a full burqa. So they thought I was just some sort of, mute white woman, Afghanistan woman, which I think is hilarious because I was just walking around with a burqa. And they're hot as hell, so I don't understand how these people do it. Like, respect to them, I've got to admit. Like, I'm Catholic, I've got to admit. So this isn't my domain. But from what I know about, Islam, it's actually kind of based. You know what I mean? How the fuck are you streaming in? Wi-Fi is bad. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. That's better? Is that better? Based on what? Based on the word of Jesus Christ, am I right? Ha. But yeah, I'm safe, guys. So when I got to the airport, we stood around and we went through security, and I basically just held up my passport, and I was like, British. And they were like, oh, British. And my guide followed me. But
That's a good way to get killed.
All the people have left. So I was really tempted just to kind of sit outside the embassy or sit outside the airport. And at this point, I'm dehydrated. I've been jogging for 2 hours in the Afghani heat in a burqa, and also in this surrounding my face. It's like this covered. And from there, I basically got this empty bottle of water I just found on the ground. It wasn't this one exactly, but you know what I mean. And then I just found it.
Target is the devil. I've been there 3 times this week.
Yeah.
And I just ripped out.
Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
Water started pouring out. I just started going, And then the Taliban were kind of looking at me do that. I know, like, this guy's already in a bad enough situation. I'm just not going to bother him. He looks like he's heading for the airport anyway. Miles, who wins the Premier Season 2021 to 2022, obviously the national glorious people of Afghanistan, the Taliban, am I right? I just want to remind everyone to wear a mask and take the vaccine. Oh, cringe. Aren't you getting out the embassy?
Tim, I'm fucking over it. I don't need you trying to justify. The plane is fucking real. I don't care what you think about it. I have people on the ground that sent me pictures of the fucking plane while they're sitting in a gun truck defending it. I don't care what you're trying to justify, but I defended. Cool. Awesome. Thanks. The plane's still fucking real.
I can't keep up the chat. Damn. But guys, I have no regrets. And I would do this all again. If I could go back to day one and speak to myself, I would go, you know what? Just trust yourself and you'll be fine. It's so good. The one thing I would change is I would bring another phone charger because this cable's rubbish. And look, I was walking around Afghanistan with a pink phone cable. So, you know, the Taliban want to kill, like, you know, LGBT people, right? So if I was walking around this and I look like, you know, I look like a baby. Because all these people at like 16 have massive beards and their skin has been destroyed by the sun, so they're wrinkly already. And they just thought, you know, what is this guy? Are the Taliban maintaining social distancing? Yeah, that's why the Taliban actually invaded. See, the whole political structure is basically the national people of Afghanistan weren't social distancing and taking the vaccine, and the Taliban were like, "Oh, this is terrible," you know. So they went on Twitter basically, and then you know, joined with all the left-wing stuff, and now they're maintaining social distance. So that's what the whole invasion was about. Completely, 1,294 people. Wow, fair enough. I love you guys, by the way. Stay in Afghanistan, become a warlord like Lawrence of. Okay, you guys don't know my history, but this type of stuff I do is this.
Papa Bierman. Would love to see you make a video of Kristen and Doug on Jib Jab, the stripper version for these beautiful meat hammers. It only takes a minute.
Yeah, I've seen Jib Jab. I've never really used it, but I've seen Jib Jab. I've been using that Wombo or whatever, the Music File Wombo, whatever it is. It's a fun app for sure.
Situation, it's the most extreme I've been in, but this stuff I do is not uncommon. Like this happens quite often in different domains.
Thank you for the donation, Penny from Heaven. I appreciate it.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and I kind of have this page within the university that has 7,000 people on it. It's called Loughborough Confession and Oppression, or Loughborough C&D for short. And it's an anonymous confession page, like 4chan basically, but for university students and Facebook, right? So I've got like some presence there. I originally planned North Korea too, because I was going China. What's it called? Too dehydrated. Oh, it's better. Yeah. So.
He's not an expert. He was on he was on vacation from college and took a trip there, and then made a big joke about it. I guess he and now he's there. He was doing all this on 4chan and Facebook. He's kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, I was.
Then he couldn't get out and had to be rescued.
Basically, for work. I mean,
I shouldn't say that. When I say he had to be rescued, it wasn't like they sent like a special forces team or something and snatched him up out of a dark abandoned building. He got to the airport. People noticed his story. They told him to come to the airport. They had a flight that took multiple people, but they were specifically instructed to get him as well.
I'll go to North Korea afterwards. But then, you know, COVID happened, so I got screwed over.
That's right. Water on your head when you're thirsty. It'll absorb. It's called osmosis.
So when I was in Chernobyl, I walked off course, so I kind of ran away from the tour group, found this abandoned house and stepped inside. And I fell through the floorboards. I held myself up, you know, by each end before I fell down. But I looked down, it's like there's pointing rhubarb, like metal pieces pointing upwards through the floorboard. So if I fell down, my balls would have basically been destroyed by like a 9-inch piece of metal. But I'm sure you guys can relate because all you guys on 4chan take it daily, I'm guessing. Yeah, I've been asked to go for an interview, by the way. I have this freelancer, he's messaged me, and I'm going to message him afterwards if he's watching. Hey mate. But I just want to construct like a proper sentence and, you know, not ramble like I always do. It's on asked, what's my job? So I'm a physics student at Loughborough University. Best uni out there.
That's right, Corman.
Love it, you know, staff are great. nothing against it. But I'm going into investment banking because I'm doing wealth management. So this isn't too good for my reputation, but I don't really care. Maybe I'll help people. But yeah, this is my safe home, so if anyone's just joining the stream, went to the airport, didn't have anything, found British troops. This is basically like a UN or a NATO compound that's holding out. So I'm safe here. I think they've negotiated with the Taliban saying, we'll get these people out of here. And, don't mess with them and we'll look after them. So that's good. Miles, you just switched to war.
It's not all bullshit. You guys don't fucking understand. Like, how many people have been on the flight line when a C-17 comes by? How many of you people? You're not going to get sucked into the engine. You have to be at a certain distance to even feel the exhaust. And with just the first stage buckets running, it's so slight. It's just heat and wind. It doesn't even fucking blow you away. It doesn't singe anything. The motherfucker is almost 20 feet in the goddamn air. Not to mention that the exhaust is tapered down to where you can't even feel it until you're 100 feet behind it. Do you think that would blow you over? You just don't understand. You think a plane is at full thrust all the time. I've never heard so many stupid fucking people talk about it. Like they have any idea what's going on. Oh, they'd get sucked down. Why weren't people being blown off? Because that's not how it works. This is not how it fucking works. They literally have the engines fired and producing thrust when they walk out to remove the chock blocks. None of the airmen get blown away. They pull the chock blocks out from underneath the plane with the engines fucking running in first stage, ready to roll. Nobody's fucking being blown away or sucked in or attacked. You just don't understand what you're talking about.
Journalism. I don't know. I don't want to be a journalist. Like, who actually wants to be a journalist? Who actually respects these people? There's no base journalist, all cringe and like left wing, and you know what I mean. But yeah, so I might be able to...
I know you've seen Con Air 15 times. I get it, but you have no idea what you're talking about.
Return home. It's gonna be a few days.
I've literally walked the flight line with C-17s fucking taxiing and taking off. I was on a base that was literally for about 3 months. That was literally a bunch of fucking Connex trailers we lived in, and a flight line, and a bunch of HESCO barriers, and a gate, a cattle gate. That's where I lived at.
So we're not too sure how the flight's going to work here, because all the flights have been grounded. So I was originally going to go to, after this I was going to go to Albania. Albania seemed great. Like, I got friends in Albania, it seemed like a base country, but the flight got cancelled. Then Istanbul got cancelled, then Dubai got cancelled, then London, then every country got cancelled, then every area of the ground was cancelled. Basically, there's no flights going in or out of Kabul. So what's going to happen is I think the military is just negotiating with the Taliban and to basically get me out in a few days or something.
Oh, no, you can be sucked into a plane engine. It would just be incredibly hard for C-17. I mean, you're talking about maybe being at full throttle and still probably being several feet off the ground, maybe standing on someone's shoulders. There are several planes that will suck you through a jet engine from the ground. But even those videos we see, like the guy who gets... even the videos that we've all seen, like they're literally right at the engine. You see how close this guy's head is to the engine? Absolutely. If they're doing so before they take off, they do different engine pulls and they rev them up and they do their thing before they pull off. They've got their whole checklist they go through. They throttle it up. That's why it's on chocks and brakes. They throttle it up. Absolutely, this guy could be sucked to that jet engine. But not if that jet engine is up here. The reason that a C-17's jet engine is so high is because in its application, it lands, it doesn't always. They would love to always land on tarmac, but a lot of times they land in really dusty, dirty environments. If the jet engine was as low as like a commercial engine, if the jet engine was this low, we'd have rocks and people and goats and fucking bombs and grenades and shit and bullets going through them all the time because it would suck the shit off the ground.
Yeah, like I was saying, to the new people.
A jet engine is most people think of a jet engine as like tough, and yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the tests where they fire chickens at them. Jet engines are not tough. They are very, very, very fragile. When shit gets it's called FME or FM foreign material. FME is what you use to keep it out, foreign material expulsion. But that's like when you tape them up and keep them closed and shit. But I've seen jet engines completely crash and explode and parts go flying from like a half a roll of paper towels that somebody was like cleaning some shit up and didn't remove it, and a half a roll of paper towels went in it. I've seen jet engines fucking explode even though they're literally full of fire. Like there's fire inside them. Jet engines fucking explode and crash and throw fucking buckets out from icicles. That's why they have de-icing around the engine. Like foreign material fucks up jet engines. That's why we have so many sweepers and they do all the shit they do at commercial airports. It fucks up jet engines.
People, I don't regret anything. I would do it all again. And if I can go back to, first day me, when I first arrived, I'll go, you go.
Well, I mean, just like the Miracle on the Hudson. Remember? I mean, they hit fucking birds and took the whole plane down.
And he's looking after you and things all good.
He couldn't get anywhere. He was a glider.
So, yeah. Never left it. Everyone was saying, leave at the hotel when the Taliban get you. They'll see this cross and they'll kill you. And I was like, okay, well, I'll die then. But look, I kept my power in Christ, and I didn't die. And even if I did die, it's part of God's plan. And no more suffering if I'm dead.
Maybe he's a groper.
So, win-win, right? I don't know. Many people agree.
I'm getting sidetracked. I really want to hear his story.
And if you have issues in your life, go to church. Good stuff. But yeah, I won't shove that down your throats, but I'll preach one day. Maybe we could do that on stream. And the chat is just base cringe. Oh yeah, any questions, by the way? Shout them out. Just... let's see. You just don't want to be a cringe atheist. I know those. You don't really need to say cringe and atheist because that's kind of like entangled together. It's like saying hot. Hot is like, well, obviously cringe atheist. Actual retard. Yeah, I am. It's the atheists of the Muslim read. It's like, yeah, true. Like, not gonna lie. The one thing about the Muslims, they praise Mary, and they see Jesus as a prophet, but they don't. They think the Bible's
the prophet of Muhammad. That's true.
That's what my plan was. I was going to negotiate with them and talk stuff. And by the way, I might have to go at some point because I'm not too sure what's happening. No one's explained anything. So I might just come here. Oh, if I manage to leave Afghanistan, what will I do afterwards? Well, I'm going to go to... So there's two options. So I quit my part-time job, my university job, before coming here. So this is my last summer before graduation, before 80-hour work weeks before I die.
So this was his excuse, that he's going to be doing 80-hour work weeks until he dies. So this was his only chance to go get like a little bit of adventure, I guess. That was the excuse I read in the paper too, and I thought, man, you're going to have fucking vacations and shit. You're going to be working 80 hours till you fucking die or till you retire or whatever. I doubt it. I mean, especially if you're like an investment banker, if you're good at your fucking job, shouldn't you have like a shit ton of money to go out and do ventures and go on safari or whatever the hell you want to do? Whatever you think is exciting for you. I don't get it.
Maybe I should just stay at home a little bit. I want to see my girlfriend too. I want to get some flowers and some chocolates and something she likes. I want to spend time with her and listen to her and do all that cringe, lovey-dovey stuff. Let's see the other stuff. Are you Irish? I don't think so. No, I'm not an alcoholic. Not a joke. But I think there's like...
I'm not an alcoholic. Wow.
1/8 French. So that's why I didn't surrender, because it's only 1/8. And then the rest is just kind of Anglo-British. Don't know if the Taliban will even kill you.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be wearing the cross.
I used to do procurement for you guys, but management sucked.
That was from Solitaire at first for $15. I used to do management or procurement for you guys, but management stuck. Thank you, Solitaire, for the donation, and thank you for the procurement. Thank you for getting shit. I was actually a scout, a lot scout. I just hang out with our airfields a lot. A bunch of weird stuff happened to me while I was deployed, and got attached to some different sections, and some weird shit happened. But that's part of it. But the second donation was from Megsy, who bought you 5 6-packs. Says, Mariah, we're getting close. You can come home soon. Will, happy Aussie Father's Day. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I would rather be referred to as Papa, but thank you for the donations, guys. I do appreciate it.
You for the cross. I think they made.
You don't have to worry too much. Mariah's going to be taking some shit back.
Because I've seen the Taliban. So I've been speaking to locals, and basically they've seen the Taliban just literally kill people, beat people up, just for like not having a burqas on. Like just a women, as long if they have eyeliner or mascara or something, they get beaten up. And I don't mean a punch and a kick. I mean severe domestic abuse. Roundhouse.
So I carried. I'm not even religious, and like before I left, a big thing here in Southern Christianity is like anointed cloths and prayer cloths. I had fucking so many fucking prayer cloths and anointed cloths and handkerchiefs and shit. I didn't carry them. I had them in a thing, like a little pouch thing that I took with me, and it stayed in my room. And I had different really weird superstitious stuff that I carried with me, and stuff that I did, and I did stuff the same way before I went out, and just weird superstitious stuff. I mean, you could have the cross on you. It's the fact that if they see it, it's not like they're gonna they weren't really searching people and shit like that. But if he had it like swinging around his neck, it might draw some attention for sure.
Kicked to the floor in front of everyone. So if I have a whole different religion, they're gonna hate me for it. And plus, I'm West.
The guy, it's a college kid that decided to go to Afghanistan on a vacation while the country was falling.
They'll just think, British. He invaded the country, terrible. The Taliban will respect a Chad like you. Real recognizes real. I don't know. Maybe we can create diplomatic ties. I pray for you, man. God bless. I'll pray for you.
The boys are with Mariah.
For 1,545 people individually, or going up. Wow. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pray for the entire street, basically, when I'm gone. Miles, can you go to Pakistan or IRA? To be fair, I always did want to go to Pakistan, but I don't know, the situation's a bit tense. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think there'll be a military evac. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Or there'll be flights that'll be resumed.
Okay, now Tim, I'm going to call you fucking banned. I can't do your cryptic and a Q at the end of every message. I don't give a fuck what you think, man. I asked people on the ground, hey, these idiots over here are saying the plane was real. Can you send me some evidence? I got a picture back. I can tell from the fucking video it's real. I don't give a fuck about your cryptic mainstream media. Don't trust me. Just my name, Q. I don't care. I don't care what you think.
All the airline companies will go, things kind of are the same as usual. Things just changing. Not really. Yeah, do you ever want to go to Somalia? Yeah, I would go anywhere apart from Africa. I just don't. I've heard terrible things.
We don't ban anybody here till you get on my fucking nerves.
And I'm sort of risking it. I don't want to bribe people just to get.
You can come back in 24 hours or never. Either way is fine with me.
There's loads of infrastructure in Afghanistan, but I wouldn't trust myself in Somalia. I wouldn't go South Africa at all or anything like that. I was tempted. I looked into it now. But yeah, thoughts on Afghani cricket? Oh, I don't know what the difference is between normal cricket and Afghani cricket. But like, cricket's cricket, so that's fun.
I have no idea how cricket works.
Oh, girlfriend, mate. Show us your window. Oh no, you don't want to see out there. Can you show the outdoors?
So
it's just like a full compound. So there's layers.
He has to know somebody in the defense industry, a contractor or something, because he's staying at the way he described it, he's staying at a safe house compound. Now, we've been at war for 20 years in Afghanistan. He either knows somebody that works, stays. I'm not saying like a. I'm saying not a person that works like directly for the government. But the embassy houses contractors and stuff too. Could know an embassy contractor. Could know a security contractor, maybe works in the office, not a field job. Could know a contractor that does HVAC for all the embassies, or you never know. He had to know somebody. I would say that it's probably not a diplomat or a politician, because he would have known when he had to leave. He wouldn't have went to the embassy after it was already closed, because everybody gets alerts on their phone when that type of shit happens, and someone has said, hey, don't go to the embassy, it's fucking closed, get out of there. He would have never shown up at an empty embassy. But probably a contractor or some type of something that's contracted out through the embassy or through the private contractor companies that are there. I mean, fucking like when Triple Canopy...
Mariah, don't you wear the pants since Will has no legs?
No, she does not wear the pants. She thinks she does. She thinks she's in control. See, Mariah's greatest bargaining chip was that little bit of pussy I got every once in a while. But once she snatched that away, I'm off the rails, man. I can. Once I became a celibate, we became roommates, and that's how I keep control. When I was with a company. We probably had we probably had 3 times as many people in like admin and supplies and armament. Oh shit.
Blow this shit up, beer man. Semper Ducimus. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Fuck them anyways.
Fuck them if they can't take a joke. Fuck them anyways. Thank you very much. Semper Ducimus is I don't know how you say it. That's the slogan from a couple different military units, but I'm sure that's the slogan probably for Red Horse. It means always leading or always at the front. Thank you for the donation. That was from 007. $250 into the cult. Thank you very much. Before that one, it was Tar Pity with Mariah, Don't You Wear the Pants. Thank you for that donation as well.
Upon layers of just huge metal.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
10 feet tall, and his guards standing outside of AK.
No, you're not off the hook.
Don't say thank you.
You're still in trouble. Go home.
Like there's hundreds of people here, and it's barbed wire.
Thank you.
Thank you, 007.
A military compound. It's like it's one of those safe houses you see in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, we probably had, what I was saying before the alert went off, we probably had 3 times as many people that were like in admin and supply and armament. And just, we had an office that was pretty decent sized, that did getting you in and out of the country, like all the paperwork you needed to get in and out of the country, any type of vaccinations or tests or training and paperwork and visas and passports and travel supplies and identities and papers to move around the country with, and just that whole thing there is just a logistics nightmare. Now, when we went into Iraq and Afghanistan at first, they had what they called was they called them the cowboy contractors, I think is the way they said it. The contractor cowboys. That was when they would just take anybody. If you had any military experience, any type of law enforcement experience, if you had ever shot a fucking gun, the State Department could get you there. That shit was crazy.
Where the government was able to keep some ground, it's like that, really. Sneed or feed. I'm not going to go there. Are you retarded? Absolutely. Where are you going next? Albania. And then...
Albania.
I don't know. I feel like... So if you know the UK, we always joke that Birmingham is the most dangerous place, and that's where I'm from. I'm from Birmingham, so I can take the piss a little bit, right? So I'm really tempted to basically say, I'm going to go to Afghanistan, I survive and everything, and I get out by the skin of my teeth, and then on the train back to Birmingham, I just die. I get stabbed or something. That's a joke of my friends. So that's all good stuff. Shows your window miles. Sneed. Flights are not cancelled. You should go to the airport. Went to the airport, mate. Nothing there. Everything's grounded right now. This is like maybe a temporary safe home, so I should be fine. So give it like a few days, I'll be out of here. I was meant to go on the 19th anyway, so I can just chill. Do some stuff. What do you think of Afghani food, mate? Oh.
No, he gets out. I just kind of wanted to see what his live stream is about. We can skip ahead some though.
Food.
He doesn't during this live stream. He doesn't know he's getting out.
I do love investing, so I want to,
Yes, negative 48 is live sometimes. No callers.
Mariah wears the pants. It's Papa's job to take them off.
Yeah, maybe. When was the last time? Probably Oliver's conception. He's coming up on 6, 5.5, 6.
I want to retire early, so if I go to the army, I can't do that either because I'll be on base.
Thank you very much, Char.
What's important for me is family. When I
Char Kroger, our resident debate team finalist. Shar is what we usually call her. That's short for Shart. Her parents hated her.
My own family, so they go first. So I will come home every single day and not be away for 6 months at a time.
It just depends. Sometimes he's live on Scott's. Sometimes he's live on other people's. He's always on Zoom. You can't call in on those shows. Like, it's just them. Like, you can't call in and ask him questions. But when he appears sometimes he's live on with Tom Numbers and those two ladies. It just depends when he's live. He's been on live on Scott's 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I got a friend who's doing a PhD. He's going to the army, and he just didn't really want me to go to Afghanistan. No, we're just like goofing off together, so we're just shit posting in the chats. I don't think they know that I almost died. But like, what did they expect? I didn't go to Afghanistan thinking it's going to be fun and dandy. I knew this was going to happen. Every single second I was like, yes, it's going to hit the fan. And people were going like, Miles, you're going to die. I'm like, and? Just, I'm not going to know it if I'm dead.
The fact that his room looks kind of like it's set up like a dorm tells me that he's at one of the contractor compounds, more than likely.
Yeah, tortured. Well, interesting, I guess. But like, we'll worry about it when we get there. If you care about EGF, you should let her know you're safe. Yeah, I've messaged her basically going, all good. How's your day been? Type of thing. But I'm not going to tell her, I almost got killed, but now I'm safe. I'm just going to tell her, think everything's normal, and I'm going to explain something when we FaceTime tonight. So I'm going to message her, and I'm going to break it to her slowly. She might be on here right now, actually, so if you're there, hey. But most likely she's at work at the moment, because she's a uni student too, but she also works like I used to. How are you going to stream? Oh, I'll just keep doing Twitch. It seems like it works. I don't know how most technology works, sadly. Tell you just joined the Taliban.
That's exactly right. We don't. We have a rule that we don't do medical advice, but I would agree that Trump is 100% responsible, and also still to this day claiming credit with how good it was, how fast it was when we were talking about the medicine for the pandemic.
She said hi. Maybe she did. Actually, retarded. Imagine being on your Afghan chef. Oh, babe. Yeah, people are saying like I'm retarded, and of course I am. Also, I don't know how to get these mods or anything. But yeah, I just don't really care about the chat's going crazy. It's fine. Yeah. Also, here's the thing too. When you're running from the Taliban, there's loads of trucks coming, so everyone's just trying to get the right away. So what you literally have to do is put your hand out, right, and then just like hit the truck before it hits you, and they stop. So you're basically just running in the middle of traffic. So imagine going on like a highway in your country. So in the UK, or like the A5 or something, or the A456, and then you would just literally run out there, and people would swerve around you, and you just stick your hand out and tap the bonnet.
We don't give out medical advice. Please stop sharing what your treatment regimen is.
Let's see, what's this? So left-wing progressions back in England over Taliban's. I have some points learning for one. Dodgy territory, if I mention, or get political, trust me, because I'm too based for my own good. If you get what I mean. Like
too based for his own good.
Way up there. I'm very based. So we'll see. Has your girlfriend? Is your girlfriend?
Even lockdowns. I mean, Trump kept saying how much he was against lockdowns and this, and he didn't want this, and wouldn't do a nationwide lockdown until it come to the debate, and lockdowns became a topic at the debate when they were talking about how they were going to fuck us over with the next president. Then he started talking about how his was the fastest lockdowns, the quickest lockdowns, the most secure lockdowns, the biggest lockdowns, the most beautiful lockdowns. Come on.
girlfriend red pilled. She's Catholic. So yes, she's a very good
What's
person.
up, Elite?
I like her a lot. Very strong feelings for her. Would you rather be Hitler or gay?
Would you rather be Hitler or gay? I'd rather be gay Hitler.
Well, I would rather be Hitler on the way on, about just before he's about to kill himself, because at least I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna go there. No one record that. Oh, that's got backlash. Too base for his own good. Basically, yeah. Like, if anyone knows, what happened a few years ago. There used to be this.
Trump should have done a lot of things before he left. He shouldn't have pardoned the biggest majority of the people he pardoned were fucking people from the swamp. He should have fixed social media, seeing how they treated him, seeing how they fucking banned him. He should have done something. Even if it would have been immediately reversed by Joe Biden, he should have done something. He shouldn't have left people in fucking prison saying, I love you, you're special, no, go home, and all that stupid shit. The FBI was on a rampage showing up at people's house. They kicked down some lady's door in Alaska thinking she had the Nancy Pelosi laptop, and she didn't even fucking go to the January 6th thing. Like, the whole thing was all fucked up, and he just sat back and watched it.
Terrorist group.
And I like Trump. I made Mariah vote for the first time in her life for Trump.
I do advertising either on 4chan, on Reddit, on everything. And that's where the word base comes from. But I literally turned it down because I thought there was some people laughing, and it turns out it was like the FBI and the MI5 just honeypotting people. They do. Hide your friends on Facebook so they don't get harassed. Don't worry, I have. So you can't see my friends on Facebook. But if you're smart enough, you can see who likes and dislikes my stuff and reacts. But literally, my friends all won't get harassed. I don't really care if they do. It's all good. How did you get out of homelessness? So what happened was this.
Come here, Ollie.
My family as well.
Let's take an Ollie break from this guy. Come here, Ollie. Come here. Because you're getting in trouble. You're going to get a whipping. Because you're getting in trouble. What you been doing? Why are you in trouble? Come here. Come here. Chat told me you were making faces at me behind me. Were you making silly faces behind me?
No.
They said you were. Tell them. Were you making faces?
No.
They said you were behind me making faces and making me look silly. Were you making me look silly? No, I'm just playing, Ollie. I'm not giving you a whipping.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a cow bite. A booty bite.
Booty cow bite.
Booty cow bite. Stop, Liam. What else? What'd you do today? Did you go shopping with Mommy?
Yeah.
What'd you buy?
I thought for Godzilla toy, but I can't find it.
You couldn't find a Godzilla toy?
Yeah.
Where are they?
I know.
Probably in Japan. Oh no, Godzilla.
No Godzilla toy.
Oh no, Godzilla toy.
It's a toy, and remember you cook it.
What'd you eat? You hungry? Are you hungry?
Ollie, show what you did get.
What did you get? Mommy said show what you got. What'd you get?
Where's your piggy toys?
No one said Trump didn't do more good than bad. He could have done more. Piggy, a popper. Tell him.
Ollie,
What'd you get? Tell him. What is this?
A pea toy.
Okay, and what's this one?
Another pea toy.
Okay, another piggy toy. What's this called?
A potty.
A popper?
A potty.
Pop it?
Yeah.
How do you do it? Show me.
Wait, you
and say a new hedgehog shirt.
Glad we're living in such a spacious environment for all this new stuff.
Are you pet and fit and she?
Okay. All right. Tell everybody bye. Come here. Tell everybody bye and tell them you love them.
Bye.
Say love you. What's your name?
I'm
Liam, I know you're dying to come over here. Come on.
Yeah, I am. Hi guys. You might be wondering why I'm holding a skateboard. That's because we bought a skateboard at Target.
Wow.
I got it with my money. It's a cold cat.
The microphone's here and you're over here, so no one can hear you.
Yeah, so
Don't say ow. I didn't even do anything but touch your
no,
shoulder.
I said oh, yeah. But yeah. I got that, and also I have a project I've been working on which I'd like to show you. It's my FNF mod. Now, this is a piece of paper. This is concept design, but it's cool and I'd like you to see it. Now,
If you're gonna talk, you gotta put your head down here.
yeah, this is it. That's me, and then if you flip it, that's Dad's design in there, which is really cool. I like that design.
Cool, buddy.
Yeah, and we have the song. I have the song ideas. There's the first song, which is Gamer Train. Then there's the second song.
Can't hear you.
And then the third song is
They
called.
didn't hear the second song.
Oh yeah. The second song is called Meat Hammer for Dad's song. Then the third song is called Transdimensional, which I really like the way the songs are turning out. Mine is more like high pitched and technos, and Dad's is more like rocked and deep.
Who's
voice.
making this music?
Oh, me. Well, class, whose name is Jonah. He helped me do this art, like he did the art while I like taught him how to do it, and it's really cool. I like the songs. And next time I can sing the songs, but we're running out of time. It's a little too long. But yeah, it's really cool. I like the ideas. I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, also, thanks for saying cool cat.
Have you
Cool
been
cat.
playing Naruto versus Goku?
Oh, no, because the new Fortnite season hasn't released yet, so I'm a big. I'll see you next time. Bye. I'll talk more about it later.
See you, buddy. Thank you. Back to a privileged, entitled kid. Miles. Lord Miles, to be exact.
So around my A levels, which is equivalent of like high school diploma in the US, I guess. Around A level time, I was studying, but parents, my mom has huge mental issues. I know, big issues. I can't deal with that. I mean, she's not sad. She's narcissistic. She's terrible. And then basically, I'm just chilling, and then one day she just kicks me out of the house. Out of nowhere. And the reason is I pay her rent for my part-time job. As when I was 14 years old, I got a part-time job and I paid her rent, which is illegal because she's on benefits, which is welfare. And then from there,
I'm sorry, Patsy. We don't get by the PO boxes often now, but I'll go tomorrow.
I'm homeless. I fail my A levels, and therefore I can't get to university. I'm still dependent on her, and I have to pay her rent. So I was homeless and I was freaking out a little bit. I had like a suicide note on me, and I was planning, when I failed my A levels, I just yeet off the Birmingham University. No, it was a Birmingham Library. I actually did the math of like my velocity if I jumped off. It was great. But I actually revised a ton when I was homeless. I don't mean like couch homeless. I mean like on the streets homeless, like benches. It was really cold, terrible time. But I was absolutely sure I was going to die, and I was very depressed about it. Very depressed. Like, it was the darkest time. And I wasn't Catholic back then, at all. I was a cringe atheist. But then, somehow, I smashed my A-levels. I got into university. I did physics. I'm getting a first. And then, basically, before I left home, what I did, I told my mom, hey, I got into university, but I'm going to a local university, so I'm going to stay at yours. I'm going to pay you like double rent. And her eyes just shot up. She's narcissistic. She wants money. So I go back home, and I basically just say, hey, the university is putting money in my bank account, so my bank account's frozen for the time being. So let's just kick the people that are making that spam. I'm just gonna ban spam.
Oh, speaking of spam, and not to take away from his story, that was actually an emotional part for once. Speaking of spam, the latest theory on what the evil Meat Hammer militia is doing is that you guys know that bot that pops up and asks you to go play casino games and also asks you some stupid shit about, do you want to see boys cams live, girls cams live cams at cams.live. Whatever. We actually control that. That is us. We run it. We run that shit. They know it. There's no avoiding it anymore, so we might as well just come out and admit it. Whoever it is that is running the spam bot that is targeting millions of YouTube channels, I need you to stop typing all that into chat, okay? A lot of typing. You need to take a break.
It'll be fine. Yeah, so what happened was I was homeless, and I told my mom, university's putting money in my account, and I quickly just packed everything the day before university began. And then one day she was, drunk, watching the TV. I just snuck out of the room, and I sent some mail back. It was a fake acceptance letter from a Chinese university, so she thinks I went somewhere else, basically, so she can't go looking for me, because she's a very bad person. So yeah, I was homeless, and then I got to university. I just haven't had family since. But things are good. Things are very good here. Miles Modernby. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I just modded someone. Yeah, do whatever. I trust you. Actually, I don't know who you are. I don't really trust you, but we'll see. Yeah, let's see. This guy's clearly a pathological liar.
I don't even think they believe it's a bot. I think they think that we set out and own that account and just hit copy paste over and over again.
No. This is well known. Like, I have proof. Like, for example, when I first posted saying I'm going to Afghanistan, people would say he's a pathological liar. That was one thing I got commented on. People say he's not going to Afghanistan, and then I post pictures and say everyone says it's fake. He's faking going to Afghanistan, and then I post more pictures and more evidence, and they literally agree with me. Like, oh, he is in Afghanistan. But I tell another story that's not as unbelievable and it's very detailed, and all the things match up, and all the everything just lines up perfectly. It makes sense, and then people call me a liar just because my life's actually interesting. Miles, I leave home in an hour. You better get fucked.
Yeah, that's actually not even a bot. That's just somebody's casino. That's how I'm funded to stay so evil.
Someone will record it and upload it on Lively got taken down sadly. That was one of my favourite sites, but someone will record it, so it should be fine. You'll see me die. It's cool. I believe you, bro. Don't let the haters get to you. It's all good. Thank you, mate. Hi, mate. It's Pat. Stay safe. Oh, hey, Pat. How you doing? Hey. But yeah, I should probably message everyone on Facebook because people are messaging me, but I think they know I'm safe now. Show us your skirting board.
The actual quote was, that bot that keeps popping up everywhere in everybody's channel? Well, I've started to notice when those types of people come around, I've put 2 and 2 together. I'm starting to figure out who's bringing that bot. Okay.
Tea to have milk in, it's just normal herbal tea type.
Which is that's quite the accomplishment. Even YouTube tweeted about it the other day, saying they knew they had an issue with a bot that was bypassing some of their systems and was spamming chats on live streams, but they can't slow us down. We're the evil hammers.
So you will get tea. What else? Yeah, this is kind of flatbread they make. It's the best flatbread I've ever had. It's amazing. It's weirdly good. Basically, I'm British, so I don't know good food, so anything is amazing. But everyone has told me the British food's terrible and the Afghan food's good. Yeah. You are a beautiful idiot. How have the locals treated you? Very good. Actually, I've had handshakes.
You're a beautiful idiot. I think that's fitting.
You know what I mean? I've shaken the hands of. You have your bones if you die. Depends which one. Hey. Let's see some of the stuff. Oh, wow. I'm literally getting so many Facebook notifications. It's insane. I didn't think this would happen. I think people go, oh, that's cool, I show some photos. Oh, I didn't know that was food. But then, this blew up. I was still native soldiers there, yeah, so soldiers looking after me, basically. So outside this compound, there's about 5 people with AKs. Everything is bulletproof in here, like bulletproof windows.
Oh yeah, he's definitely at a contractor camp.
Doors, definitely reinforced. Definitely reinforced.
Yeah, he's going on a picnic, Shady.
It's solid metal. It's good. He is definitely gay. No, I've got a girlfriend. Definitely not gay. It's an Uber in Afghanistan. Well, I don't think so, no, but I've tried looking at Uber Eats for shits and giggles, but there was nothing on Uber Eats. But in Afghanistan, you just don't do anything by card, so that's probably why. If you want a taxi, you just stick your hand out, so you just point and then they come up to you. And please go outside. I'm not even allowed to go outside myself. Not for now, anyway. I've got this pass here. I can't show you it. It'll give away where I am. I've got this pass right here. Put me in your will for your phone. It's an iPhone SE 2020. It's not worth much, mate.
Someone in chat said, "Put me down in the wheel for your phone."
I used to work at a phone store, by the way. Really good time. That's why I quit from recently. Kind of got a bit sick of it. And my old boss and everything, we have a group chat, and he was like, "Oh, Miles, you dead yet?" And then I showed a picture of me, and he was like, "Hey." So good. Let's see, Miles, what did you?
So contractor compounds aren't bad. I have, like anxiety and PTSD and shit, so I would rather be the armed contractor than I would, depending on armed contractors to keep me safe. So, like, if you live in a regular, contractor compound, if you're not security forces, there's, security that protects you, but you're not allowed to have a weapon or any of that shit, of course, because you're in the compound. So you could be a receptionist, or you could be an HVAC technician, or you could be an aircraft mechanic, or you could be this or that or whatever. But if you're security forces, you're in charge of protecting the compound, but you're also in charge of protecting yourself because you have a fucking gun.
Oh, I've got an email for another interview. It's still going on.
I'm actually responsible for the delayed release of med beds as well.
I've been on TV.
Erectile dysfunction, that was me.
So what I basically signed up for a TV show, just to goof off, again, do some trolling online, but now I'm getting proper interviews. Miles, where do you live before travelling? Can you go to your local MP and make them aware? Aware of what? The Taliban's taken over, they won't care. It's like, I lived in, I'll do like
Alright, I'm skipping to the end.
A Iron Man in a cave type situation.
Actually, he said at the start of the interview, his girlfriend's in North Korea.
I go to the airport. No.
He's just as dumb.
No airport flights, everything's grounded, everything's cancelled for now. There's a safe home, there's no Taliban here, there's Taliban at the airport. The big armoured cars with their machine guns, just staring everyone down.
Actually, that's probably a good guess. They probably brought in all the inflatable girlfriends on the inflatable plane.
Let's see some other stuff. Well, you go to Syria? I tried. The visa's really expensive, by the way, and you needed an official tour guide. So I called up the Syrian embassy, and they basically said I can't visa sad, so what's the point? Oh, yeah, some people are saying.
No. When you go out to work, so usually when you're a construction, if you go for construction or maintenance or something like that, you're working within the compound. Like, they'll hold that whole area where construction's going on. Now, in the event that you have to go out and rebuild something that's not part of your compound, you'll take an entire security detail with you, and that's what we did when we were on contracts and shit like that. It's like they're like a lot of them are former special forces guys. I mean, they're the real deal. They know what's going on. They're fully capable of protecting you. They're also a lot of times you'll have a military contact, which they say that they're not going to save you if blah blah blah. They will. If worse comes to worse, you could even get air support and shit. Now, you won't be calling that in. You'll just be calling into panic, and they'll send whatever they can to help you from becoming an Allah Akbar casualty. But, yeah, if you have to go outside the compound, you got a detail with you. But most work that you'll do will be within a compound or on a military base. So, like, a lot of the construction workers that were hired, what they would do is, when they were rebuilding Tikrit, they would take they started within the base, because the base is not just out in the middle of the desert. The base was part of Tikrit, the outskirts of the town. So we had buildings there, and the soccer coliseum was in the base, and there's a bunch of shit within the base. They started working on shit like that, and then the base kind of shifted and moved over time to include other areas that they were working on, and they were basically inside the base. Plus, we had like guys that did like maintenance on our vehicles. We had civilian armorers. We had all kinds of civilian stuff. We had cooks, like the cafeteria people were civilian. They would serve up or cook the cafeteria food. It's self-serve, but they would cook it. Lunch ladies.
Miles Arthur Bacon Sprout Village. So MILES, and then
Yeah, they'll either make that part of the area temporarily. Say 3 months, they put a base around it. As 6-8 months, however long it takes to rebuild a bridge, or you'll be out there with a detail every day, and the detail will be pretty big. It won't just be like you and 3 or 4 guys. It'll be like a 120 man group that's out there working. And plus that includes the security as well.
Find me blank profile, but you'll see my posts. What crypto should I invest in? I'm investing.
Yeah, the soccer stadium that's in the base in Camp Spiker, which is at Tikrit. It's actually where like the Iraqi World Cup soccer team practiced and lived and was housed and all that shit. It's in the base because the base just wherever they set the barriers around anything inside of it's part of the base now.
Miles, are you having a white boy summer? Whatever this is, it's decent. Albanians, Turks, no different. Your fingers covering my fingers covering the mic. Sorry, I don't know where the mic is on my phone. Lord Miles is just built different. I'm built retarded, but it's a good retarded, you know. Like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like
when I first saw those straps from his bag, I thought there was a dog laying in there.
I don't know. It's like it works. I don't know. It's just I'm not normal, but whatever I am, it does good. I mean, I've gone from homeless to first-class physics student in investment banking, running a page that basically like had a big chunk of the university. I've gone to Afghanistan, survived Taliban overthrow, walked past them, and basically just
so far. You're not out yet, buddy.
Life is good. Like nothing is bad right now, and everything's going according to plan, as long as I just keep faith. Let's see. Taliban watching Twitch, maybe. If you're in the Taliban watching Twitch, just send me a threat right now, yeah.
If any of you Talibans are watching Twitch.
He thinks he won't be executed. Oh no, I'll live stream it for you guys. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like trash at the moment. What time is it? It's quite late here. I should probably go, guys. I don't want.
Right here.
I would probably not go if there's one person, but there's 4,200 roughly here. I really don't want to go, but we can do this another time, right, guys? Yeah. I'm probably gonna leave now. I'm gonna leave now. I can't answer any questions.
Yeah, I would not be saying that's some jinx fucking bad mojo shit. Saying I survived Afghanistan when you're literally still stuck there.
Bye guys. I love you all, okay? You're all great. Every single one of you. All 4,150. Ha.
He's thinking about getting a hotel room at Guantanamo Bay. Staying for a little bit, seeing if he could get maybe a tribunal while he's there. That's what he's working on. All right, we go from that to your favorite. I really did want to cover this one because it's Just Scott. Some of my favorite content comes from Just Scott when he's talking. When he has a guest on, he always acts like he's somebody different and caters to them, and it's really weird depending on who the guests are. So this is Just Scott. Let's see how it worked out for him. Here's your favorite intro on all of the interwebs. Hope you enjoy.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from...
Hey, Sugar Mama, Chameleon Street Fighter, that's exactly right. Do you have to mute your TV or your phone or your headphones when I start playing Scott videos? Your husband's allowed to run in there and knock you out, try to get it away from you. What is that? Is that Scott? Who is that? Where's the Street Fighters at? Mount up.
from consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence indeed will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed.
That's true. Could you imagine if Scott would have said, you know what, guys? We've raised $500,000 to build or to go on this tour. But, you know, I've got the world at my fingertips right here with the internet. We can meet up later when so much negative shit isn't going on. Instead, I'm going to build 5 houses for 5 veterans here in the Dallas community and get them off the streets and see if I can't take care of some people and their families. Could you imagine that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
But when along...
By the way, I did not know this. I don't know if you guys know this, but hold on, let me show you.
Than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are...
This is actually Jeff B. in this tiny dress. I didn't know this was a picture of him as a child. He just sent me an email and said that was him, which it's hard to see it in the face, but if the camera was down here at his feet and he was up on a top bunk, you'd probably be able to see it. You'd probably notice a lot easier.
Are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off
usurpations,
new guards for their future security.
But
the world is waking up, and this is the tipping point. Ladies and gentlemen,
hey guys,
here coming to you live, Patriot Street Fighter 20.
Look how fresh that shirt is stretched across them tits.
On YouTube. Yes, here we are. Hi, Susan. Here I am again. No worries. If you don't get your job done in time, I'll be ready for you. I got more channels ready to go as we continue to fight this war here, where the war is being fought. Of course, we have many other platforms that we I guess should say upload to. In normal situations, we do live stream on a number.
This dude is on channel 25. 25. Which means they've not all been in order when he gets channels. He's had over 30 YouTube channels, and they won't IP ban him. Is that not weird to anybody?
Number of platforms. We had a little disruption on that live streaming capability. American Media Periscope rebuilding their operation, but here pretty shortly we'll be back up broadcasting through them, as well as Brighteon. Mike Adams got a channel designated for Patriot Street Fighter there, so we're going to be broadcasting Brighteon as well. So we've got a lot of good things that are coming our way mainly because of you. We have obviously this seat here has gotten pretty. Look at my eyes, man. I do look like a raccoon, and I actually got a little bit of sleep last night, but
yeah, it looks like somebody beat your ass, dude. That doesn't look like sleep deprivation. It looks like somebody beat your ass.
It's the only reason I wear my reading glasses when I do, because
got a money shot from a lump of coal.
It hides those raccoon eyes that I got. Seems like they're getting darker by the week. For whatever reason, not getting a lot of sleep.
Is it just? I mean, is it full-blown AIDS? Is that what we're dealing with?
You always know I'm coming on the channel because you can hear me growling, grunting, coughing, whatever. And yes, I am working on getting that stuff taken care of as well.
Oh, but yeah, he's going to adjust his vibration frequency.
It's always fun to be here with you guys. But we got a little disruption happening, and that's fine. That's always part of the growth process. But we'll be back up and running with American Media Periscope here pretty quickly. That'll be streaming across 20 different platforms, live streaming, not uploads, but actual live streaming, as they were before. Roku, Apple TV, and a bunch of others, host of others. So John, by the way,
he's going to be on Roku and Apple TV and a host of others. Yeah, that's going to last.
If you guys don't know this, John Michael Chambers over there, American Media Periscope, he's been very, very sick with this thing. He got hit pretty hard too. And just so
God damn, are you going outside of your family to kill people with COVID now, Scott? Who else are you dragging down with you?
He's made a great comeback, but he got hit very, very hard. And the people over there have done some great work for us. They're going to also live stream when we're on the road again coming up here at looks like to be the end of September.
God damn it.
I shift and squirm a lot. All this metal, screws, rods just grinding together constantly is a little bit uncomfortable. And I know sometimes I look like
he's going on the road again.
It's probably actually even worse than that. So pardon me for the squirming that goes on. But when we get back out on the road, I think I told you, we're going to do 2 events per week, likely Wednesdays and Saturdays. There will be time in between. It'll be great because I can make sure we stream. I mentioned this before. We'll stream shows every night like we did before, at least 4 nights a week, maybe 5. And
no, his sippy cup is gone.
Technology lined up.
Ever since I made fun of it.
We're going to bring some other great speakers in. Listen to me over and over. It gets quite, I'm sure, dry and boring. So we're going to add some spice to it to bring some other folks in too as well. All the things are being worked on. We have about another 3 weeks to put all these things together. Mickey Clan, who has basically become the managing director of Patriot Street Fighter Operations, put together a great team of people to make this all happen. Of course, you got Michael Zildjian too, as part of that, on the boots on the ground, kind of coordinating all those efforts. He volunteered, did a lot of work for us on the last tour. Of course, Ron Partain handles the merchandise. That's always a big responsibility as well. So a lot of moving parts that go on behind the scenes, folks, that make me look good. Believe me, without all these people, we don't have the reach. And without all of you, your reach is massive. Everybody, all the influencers out there know who you are. They always tell me, and they brag about.
I'm actually perfectly healthy. Scott was sick. Scott killed his father with COVID, but I'm actually healthy.
You guys are.
Thank you, though.
They're like, Scott, they'll follow you anywhere. You could drop off the planet, they're going to come find you. And when I hear things like this, folks, believe me, it makes every day that is caused by this. Their disc causes, to me, it's just the greatest thing. I think you saw that what I dropped on Telegram last night with Ricky and Debbie sent me a nice letter. I want you guys to see this, how, what I get to see, because you don't get to see everything I get to see, but how truly remarkable that all of you are. And this is everybody contributing together. I have a stack of mail that's about this wide, and it's about this deep, and it's about this high, and it's overflowing by this much, and it's just packed with every letter, every card, and then just stacks and stacks of all the gifts, amazing stuff that comes at me. And I'll never stop talking about you, because you people are the ones that have caused this revolution to go global. And all you people.
That's true. He will never stop talking about you. When you blindly follow, he'll talk about you positively. And when you ask a question, he'll yell at you and throw you out and call you a shill and tell you you're wearing your sister's pants for some reason. He's got some type of weird cross-dressing fetish.
Around the world, as I said this before, I want you to hear me again. You stay in the fight. You are inspiring many people, because we see you in France, in Germany, and other places, Australia, mounting a fight. I'm going to try to possibly show you one if I can pull it up and roll the video on one. But the fight is on, people. The fight is on. This is happening all over the place. So our message is winning the battle. We are winning the battle of the narrative, what's important. And that does not happen without you people taking this fight right to the gates of the enemy. And you've been doing it at the school board, town and city councils. I'm so proud of what you people are doing. But always remember, everybody has a stake in this. No one person, including me, is more important than the next in this fight, in this mission. I just happen to be your voice that we can broadcast, but every person is critically important in this mission. So
makes sense.
Always focus on, when you come together, exchange information, wear your Patriot Street Fighter gear when you go out, because other people identify with that. I get pictures from events.
Well, I got suddenly louder, but I did.
look, there's more of you here. A lot of Save the Kid shirts out there, the ladies especially. But when you're out there and you have your battle gear on, your body armor, Patriot Street Fighter body armor, other people can identify you and they're going to approach you because you're one of them. And those who don't have them on, same with them. They are us too as well. But you guys can connect with each other that way. By the way, we do get off of channels if you're brand new here. Patriot Street Fighter 25 is the current. Anytime you lose me, just go to scottmckay.us, click on that link for YouTube. You'll get right back to the current channel I'm broadcasting on. This one tonight, of course, Rumble, Patreon, not Patreon, but Rumble, Brighteon, and BitChute. Those links are always there. So you can always find your way back home by going through scottmckay.us. Couple things I want to share with you guys. I do have some intel for you, and make sure got some intel for you of what's emerging in this battle. And it is a battle.
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Some of the things that are happening out there that are truly inspiring to let you know that these things are real. There are badasses out there. They're taking the fight to the enemy. They're taking the fight to the enemy, folks. I got a LinkedIn message. By the way, folks, if you try to catch me on LinkedIn and email at times and other social media and I don't answer, I'm not answering you. I'm not answering many people at all.
Oh, okay.
But do send whatever you have. I'm not telling you not to send me messages, or
unless you have a chance for him to grow or a bigger channel. He's not answering.
Jump deep into this, cruise around, see what pops out at me. And I find a message I was meant to find. And, hopefully at some point that, is your message. You're looking for something. So I'm going to give you one that I got last night when I jumped in LinkedIn, just to show you there's some badass heroes out there, and it's very inspiring. So I got one from, let me see if I can pull this up very quickly.
Okay.
Just switch over onto screen share so you can see it yourself. And I'm pretty sure I can. A couple of these things I want to show.
He has no idea what he's doing. Jesus.
This. See if I can get this up. Can we do a screen share on this? Tell me we can. I think I can. Okay, so here's Colette Sawyer. She writes me. She's reached out in the past. She says, "Hi, Scott. You will love this story. I've been following you for a while, and you've inspired me to get in the fight. My husband, who's still somewhat asleep on many things, went to a city council meeting. This is Tulsa, to oppose a mask mandate. He was such a badass. He got arrested and charged with trespassing for refusing to wear a mask. And I was never more proud of him than I was at that moment. I told him I could hear his balls banging together as they were walking him out of the room. Here's the kicker. He's a district attorney and was fired from his job because of it. Who fires the district attorney? You forking scumbag coward." Oh, that's my input. "Neither of us would change a thing. It's worth standing up to these scumbags. We are now suing the city council and specifically the BLM loving chairperson." Another one.
All right.
Scumbag. "I have to tell you, I would never have done this a year ago. You are making an impact all over the country." So then we have, I said to Colette, as you can tell, I don't get to these messages, but this one I did, and I know why. This is a story I can highlight. Your hubby is of course, I said fucking badass Patriot Street Fighter. I love it. Man.
Okay. Yeah. John Frank bought you 3 6-packs. Look at Scott's tits. I bet he can't find a tighter shirt. Not and still have any circulation to his brain.
Those pussies and cowards. So she, of course, came back with this particular photograph. I took a snapshot of this video, and here he is. You can see this. This is Tom Sawyer. Yes, believe it or not, as it fits the legend, a man of character and courage. Here is Tom Sawyer, district attorney, told these scumbags to go fork themselves. He wasn't wearing a mask. He wasn't going to participate in their murder machine. The guy absolutely has balls. And all I got to tell you is, to me, truly incredible that we've got these people that like this, that are in the fight. And so, Tom, if you're listening to this, brother, you are one of us, and you're showing people how this stuff gets done. And it's by being a forking badass patriot street fighter, telling these cowards exactly what you did. Go fork yourself. I'm not going to participate in your bullshit anymore.
That's right.
Here he is. A Tulsa
Go get it.
officer arrests Mays County Assistant District Attorney Tom Sawyer after he failed to put on a mask during a Tulsa City Council vote on a proposed mask resolution at Tulsa City Hall on Wednesday, August 25, 2021. Folks, you know what to do now up there? Go after the city council, milk toast pussy scumbags. Go get them.
Bring your tomahawks. It's definitely not a trap.
These are the people who are waging a war on humanity. And this is one guy who obviously is not a Soros paid scumbag, because he's standing up for his own. Look at the look on his face here, if you can see it. Look at the look on his face. He's sitting there thinking, I got to deal with these shitheads. And let me tell you something about you police officers. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. Right now is when you define who you protect. You define who you serve. You define why you even have that job in the first place. Who pays your salary? You define yourself by how you act right now. If you're going to keep putting up with this bullshit, putting your weight because you're carrying a badge and putting the weight on we the people, trust me, when that pendulum swings back, I guarantee you, you are going to regret going up.
Listen at him.
Where are the law enforcement officers in this country? Where are those people that have balls and courage that finally say, I've had enough. I am not going to inflict this on my fellow citizen, because we outnumber you by the billions. Sooner or later, somebody's going to have to answer for this bullshit. Don't think you're not going to be remembered. It's a disgrace when these police officers
You're a
are
disgrace.
these illegal dictates on we the people by these scumbags who are making these deals with Big Pharma and George Soros and the cabal powers in back rooms to bury us. They're taking your goddamn country down. What don't you understand here? What don't you undersee here? Or what do you see here? What? Don't you comprehend here? It's your country they're trying to bring to the ground. What the hell do you have to see? How much more do you have to see before you get what's happening here?
Oh, God.
What the hell do you do in a situation where your life is now going to be endangered?
You guys don't have to worry about Jane. She's a huge Patriot Street Fighter fan because she's 98. Gam. She's walking her grandkids to school and shit. Who else is she supposed to follow?
Who's coming to your rescue? Who? This is why Q told us
There's an owl in here, motherfucker.
only way. Military. These are the heroes, because we have law enforcement continuing to put pressure on we the people by backing up our constitutional rights by showing up in protest peacefully. And what do you guys do?
Exactly. He sat around for 40 fucking years selling solar panels and houses, and now he's saying, what are you all doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I went on a tour, and I sat in a bunch of fields, and I sold T-shirts, and I talked about how cool I am, and I talked about when I ascend. Now, what are you going to do? I did my part.
You're enforcing their social dictates with the barrel of a gun. The barrel of a gun. How much courage does that take? You know what courage is? Courage.
Ooh, that's looking a little thin there, Scotty.
You're enforcing their social dictates with the barrel of a gun. The barrel of a gun. How much courage does that take?
Oh, he's trying to hide it.
Courage is the people sitting in that room with the police or with the district.
His 5 o'clock shadow on his forehead is sweating.
And his wife, who have no mask. The rest of you milquetoast pussies showing up to these meetings with masks on, you're as worthless as the dictator sitting behind.
He acts like he has to tuck in his mane or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Tables and sitting in those chairs. Absolute scumbags. Now that we're on this subject, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna call out and
I'm so mad.
These ice holes. This, of course, came from back in our area. And since you want public attention, buddy, because you ran for this office, look at this guy. This guy right here. This guy. Let me go back to a different picture so you can see this guy. So this is what my sister sent me at the Penns Valley board meeting. That's right near hometown. and the Stitzer family, you guys ought to be attending these meetings down there, Penns Valley. Kelly Stitzer.
That's Atsuko, and he slams his fist and he does his thing. That's his rhetoric, right? Authoritarian, over the top, blah, blah, blah. That's how they want Trump to take power. Just go seize the military and go take it. Tired of waiting.
Bring some of your dad's attitude to these ice holes there. Clean his shit up. At the Penns Valley board meeting right now, read the captions, update. They took a short recess to talk with the cops. The state cop came back in and addressed the group, telling us that anyone not wearing a mask could sit in the back. A back and forth discussion ensued with a very nice and understanding cop. Thank you. There are one of you out there after all. And then ultimately the cop said, as long as we were okay with who were sitting nearby, we were fine. Of course, that's without the masks. So the meeting started around 7:45-ish with none of us changing our seating positions. Says, I believe Emma Collins took a video. Maybe she'll post it here. So here are the guys. If you can see, our police officers, of course, I know they're still trying to keep their jobs. And here's this clown, this ice.
Oh, these cops here are still trying to keep their jobs. But if it's a cop who says, hey, man, the rules you have to wear a mask, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to keep my job, then those are scumbags. And I'm going to pound the desk until you feel like I'm a big man.
Right
okay.
Here. Look at this guy. Once again, the people that are always either overweight or morbidly obese, the people that have the greatest health danger are the ones that are wearing these masks. Is this not
fat shaming?
So here's this guy, board president. He's demanding that they all wear.
Every time Scott sees someone out in public, they're just the fattest person he's ever fucking seen, and he has to yell at them, "You've got 142 fat diseases, and I'm in shape. Why do I need a mask?" Then he flexes a few times, and his teeth twinkle, and audibly you can hear twing like that when he smiles. So I mean, you can't really argue with that.
Look how this ice hole has his mask on. He has it under his nose, which means what? If he's got a problem, he's breathing that shit all through the face. Especially a clown like this that got the killer's jab. He's shedding.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
All over the place. On all the healthy people, it would have happened anyhow without the stupid mask on. But this is what we're dealing with. It's not insanity. It is abject, colossal stupidity. Colossal stupidity. So, Tom Sawyer, now that you got me fired up and pissed off, I'm just going to say, my hat is off to you, brother. My hat is off.
Look, guys, I did the bus tour. I'm going again to raise all that money and yell about kids that I don't help, and veterans that I don't help, and elderly that I don't help, and people that are being swindled that I don't help, and laws that I'm not protesting, and senators that I'll never speak to. I'm doing my part. Now I need you to buy a tomahawk and go to your school board meetings. Take a Navy SEAL with you.
It's off to you.
Hell, take a trained SEAL with you. Can it swing a tomahawk?
At least we have somebody, like She Colette said, this guy's balls were banging together because he's such a badass when the cops were walking him out. This is a profile in raw courage.
Jesus Christ, was he playing your tune with them little brass balls, Scott? It looks like the Piper leading a bunch of rats out of there, and Scott just running behind him. I hear the music, like chasing an ice cream truck.
This is what we need, people. This is the only thing that's going to bring this shit show down that they're raining on us. The reason I'm telling you all this tonight is this. Here's the reason. The pain is coming. There is a battle coming. I've been talking to Juan O'Savin. I spent some time with John Michael Chambers today, comparing notes from General Flynn, General McInerney, and other people that may not even have information that we know. Because what we have learned is you don't get Q clearance level until you're a 4-star general.
That is not true, okay? I know a lot of you people don't have experience with security clearances, especially Q-level security clearances. I live in a town where probably 30% of the people who live in this county have Q-level clearances. Q-level clearances has nothing to do with your military rank. It's not even a military clearance. It's the Department of Energy for nuclear and secret sites that produce energy. Not just nuclear, but mostly nuclear. And then there's also secret sites that have to do with DOE that have that clearance. I live in a town, or well, really my hometown. I don't actually live in the town, but my hometown has a facility that enriches uranium and makes fuel rods for aircraft carriers and submarines. Now, aircraft carriers and submarines and some of the biggest ships that we use have a nuclear reactor engine on them, and they're refueled like every, I don't know, so many years or whatever. And they take uranium and they enrich it to make it, more potent, and they use those as fuel rods to burn, to boil water, to make steam, to make power. All those people that work down there that are, if you're basically above a material handler, which is like a warehouse worker, those people have Q clearances because they have to be in there and they know when the drop-offs and pickups are coming and all that shit. It's Department of Energy. It has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with being a 4-star general. It has nothing to do with knowing when Hillary's arrested. It has nothing to do with being part of some type of secret society that's monitoring the world. A Q clearance is DOE, Department of Energy.
So when we're talking to 3 stars, they're not read in to the highest level of what's going on here.
You got to watch out for those 3 stars.
Says there's no plan. I know it. My friend Ann Vandersteel has mentioned the same. There's no plan. I love Ann. I don't agree with all the people that I love. These are my buddies. I just bring a different perspective. 30 years military intelligence, disinformation campaigns, misinformation, disinformation. This is 5D chess. Of course, General Flynn's not going to come out and say, hey, there's a plan. Why would you alert the enemy? That's the Democrat and the mainstream.
Again, none of your narrative holds together. So this evil cabal is all-knowing, all-powerful. They've got your phones tapped. They know what you're searching on the internet. They know what you're doing. They know when your last piss break was, your job. They know if you've taken the jab or not. They know how sick you've been. They know your parents' name, your mother's maiden name. They know your credit score. They know the last time you had a bowel movement. But General Flynn threw them off by saying, there is no plan. And then every YouTuber in the world said, yes, there is. Yes, there is. We know it. We know it. It's throwing off the enemy. And the enemy has no idea. They are so confused. They're like, oh, my God. But we have all this intelligence and these secret agents and these COINTELPRO and these spies that are telling us that there is a plan. And he said, no plan? I guess we'll just pack it up, boys. Take it home. And on the same hand, you're telling us that they know there is a plan. They know they've already lost. They know there's no way they can win, and they're just playing their final moves. But General Flynn somehow had to throw them off by telling them there is no plan. What?
Media press mentality and tactics of fighting a war. Tell the enemy what you're doing so our guys can get slaughtered. Okay. This is 5-dimensional chess.
He doesn't have to tell you where our guys are so they can get slaughtered to say, oh yeah, there's a plan. We're working on it. That's all. He's not going to give away troop movements or locations or where they're at or blah. And they already know, remember?
Here's what I believe. I said 2 things. If you don't believe there's a plan, I assure you there's a plan. It's coming from the Most High. There's a plan to bring this satanic shit show down. There's also a second plan, my plan. It's the plan that I've been saying since after the election happened last year. We did the video. All you people worrying about the military, what are they going to do? What's Trump going to do? I'm going to keep asking you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Wait, the military is the only way. And I guess I could get on a bus and go make hundreds of thousands of dollars, taking it from people who probably can't afford it, who are probably suffering the most at what's going on, and feeding them a false narrative so they suffer even longer and more rather than just cutting their losses and moving on and trying a different plan. But that seems kind of like your thing.
When are you going to get into the fight? Because part of the plan, as I've come to the conclusion, is they are going to wake up this population.
Now you've come to the conclusion, but just a month or two ago, you were telling people to stay on the couch, pop some popcorn, watch what's happening out here. The military's doing it all. Just watch.
First, they're going to wake 80% of you up so you're ready to go to war against the power structure. That's the plan. There's not enough military. There's not enough generals out there to take down this global cabal because these scumbags are rooted everywhere. They're probably half of them are in the fabric of your own home. We have to collectively together.
I'm glad we watched this. This is a good one.
Of we the people. We the people. Were the founding fathers so brilliant that they created the Constitution and the Bill of Rights to give us the most power? You know why they probably did that? Because they knew from their liberal arts education throughout all of history and the philosophies they studied, sooner or later, the masses of people are going.
Oh, you missed it. Last night, Mike Penny says Flynn has to lie for disinformation. He said there's no plan. We know there is one. A whole lot of huffing and puffing later, because he's basically on his deathbed, he says, "That's right, guys. Flynn would never lie to us."
Going to revolt and take down the tyrannical power structure that has put the weight of the black energy of the satanic order.
Oh, the black energy.
Through their existence. It's just a matter of time. All things come to an end. The sun always rises after the darkness. Always. Maybe they said, so the power structure never really gets put down or replaced. Let's keep the hand or power in the hands of we the people. They were smart enough that if we decide what's going to happen, that's what happens. If we say what's going to happen, that's what inevitably happens if we're willing to get into the fight. Now, as far as the plan is concerned, the plan has always included you. I said this, I've been saying it since last November.
No. That is a lie. That is a fucking lie. Up until a month or two ago, you were telling people to stay out of the way, stay home, don't contact people, watch the movie. We all know it's fake. Don't do shit. And people in my fucking chat, before I even knew them, said, "Hey, sorry, I don't know what to do. You were saying stay home and watch the movie, and now you're saying, why the fuck aren't you out in the street doing something? I'm confused." You called them out, you dogged them out, you threw them out of your community, and sent your minions to attack them. So you haven't been saying shit since last November that, oh, the plan's always involved you.
And December, when I started saying, here's your insurance policy. If you're worried about this inauguration and what just happened, and you're worried that maybe Trump's not going to follow through on his word, I will never let you down. I promise I will never let you down. I'm going to make America great again.
Oh, so now if Trump can't do it, Scott's going to do it.
If you don't buy into that, then the insurance policy is you, me, we the people. And I said, if you're worried about what's happening back then, don't worry about that, because we raise the awareness that we outnumber these scumbags, and we go after the foundation with which holds up all their bullshit, which is the school boards, the town councils, the city councils, small towns included, the mayors.
That's right. School boards hold up federal legislators.
The DAs that are controlled by Soros, the police commissioners who are controlled by the DA.
I'm too small to matter. Don't worry about it.
This ladder and start weakening them 3 rungs up. Believe me, the thing becomes unstable. You get that thing rungless 1/3 of the way up, it's eventually going to come down with the weight that's already on it. That's what we do. That's what the tour was about. That's what the next tour is about, is to get you in the fight so we can put this night.
Are his tits inflating?
Nightmare to an end. Understand this. There's some major stuff's going to hit. And I'm going to tell you, A lot of people beat up Mike Adams because he talks about being prepared. I'm prepared in
Yeah, especially when you get a cut of those food buckets. That makes sense.
about every way you can be prepared. Why? If there's disruption,
Shot Mark.
I want dry goods. I want non-perishables. I want things that can be stored. I want to make sure I got comms. I want to make sure I got armament, enough things to protect me from people that want to come and steal it if something goes bad. That's only smart. When this economy takes its hit, and likely from what I'm understanding, corporate reports are coming out the 15th of October. Nobody's going to run from that. Nobody's going to escape that, because once that hits, watch what happens to the stock market. That's why I've been telling you people, go to psfsilvergold.com. That's Patriots.
Oh my God.
Silvergold.com. Go get a consult with Dr. Kirk Elliott. Let him paint the picture. Go back to the channels I've got. Listen to the economic updates of what comes. David Stockman, the budget director for Reagan.
Stop selling on precious metals, dude.
He's the one that implemented what brought down the marginal tax rate, top tax rate, from 72% down to 28%. With Reagan's, of course, approval and help back in the 80s, and doubled the revenue that came into the country and rescued us and gave us the longest peacetime prosperity we'd ever had since World War II, and gave us a military power unmatched by any in history. This guy's saying we're going to have a 60 to 75% stock market correction when this thing hits. Remember 2008? Remember that? This will be way worse. 60 to 75% value of the stock market plummeting. What happens? Real estate plummets. All that stuff all over again. Now, what happens to the US dollar currency now that we have Saudi Arabia and Russia signed a deal to no longer deal in the petrodollar, moving away from the United States dollar as reserve currency? What do you think comes after that? That thing is unstable. That's why I say I'm the last guy to talk to about wealth preservation, wealth accumulation. But I can tell you how I've always believed that you preserve your assets, you preserve your capital, get it into something that's bulletproof. Silver, it always moves. It doesn't sit. It's not hoarded like gold. It always moves. Electronics always need it. It's got value. It's been suppressed illegally. The price has been price weighted down for a long time. Probably going to go up. It's going to go up anyways when the currency takes a beating. Don't sit on your money.
I was saying, Scott, I understand now why Scott sells $190 bikini. It's because he's probably been ticketed for having his tits out on a public beach. Sir, please put your tits away. This is a family beach. Also, when we all turn into light beings, do you think he's going to have two big spotlights that hang off his chest?
You got 401
high beams or whatever.
Ks, retirement plans, all that stuff. I'd be pulling that IRAs. I'd be putting that stuff. Give Kirk Elliott a call.
Yeah. Hey, listen, guys. Pull out your 401ks, your retirements, your IRAs, your flex saving plans, your bank account. See if you can sell your kids to the cabal. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. You know, there's good money in using your kids for nitro videos like Mel K. Whatever it takes to get Patriot Street Fighter Gold.
Putting that stuff in silver. You know why? At least when this shit show hits, what I have, I still have. Likely in normal economic conditions, such as what's coming, the value of that stuff goes up. So anyways, here's what I now have come to the conclusion. Okay.
So Scott sells noble gold. I actually sell knob on my cob gold. You can buy that. Actually, if you just close the live chat, and scroll under the video and hit the thumbs up button, we'll have a representative reach out to you within 7 to 3 minutes. Knob on my cob gold is a life partner with CBC Media. Cold Beer Confessional. They really want you to be there when we all get a money shot.
This rosy picture, military is going to come in, arrest everybody, tribunals, look what we found, look at the SRA abuse, look at the murder machine, look at under Washington, D.C., look at the dumbs. Are these people going to support a global takedown of this satanic empire?
I would not be surprised if the gold person that Scott uses, I'm serious now, I have not looked into Kirk. I don't even watch his economic updates because I get so mad at the way they don't understand how anything fucking works. But I would not be surprised, I'm not making this claim, I'm just saying I would not be surprised if they are the type of vendor who doesn't actually even send you your gold. They send you a piece of paper saying you own so much gold.
You think that they're going to do that? They're going to think that the military has gone rogue, that Trump's behind it too now that he's walked out in the open and he's becoming a dictator to take down the planet. And my Ma Biden guy that's asleep all day long on his feet and he's being taken advantage of and blah, 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 blah. Listen, these people are still wearing these freaking masks. It isn't going to happen until they feel the pain. You and I don't deserve it. They do. They deserve all of it. So until we get a massive left cross punch to the jawbone that sends us on our ass on the canvas, those people economically, because nobody escapes the economic pain, maybe the upper echelons, we the people are going to get an ass beating. That's my belief.
What do you think is going on right fucking now, Scott? I'm so tired of your man's in charge. General Flynn can't tell us that there's really a plan. The military's in charge. They're running operation. They're running things. Joe Biden isn't making any decisions. It's actually Trump. And this is... Why? This is the worst plan I've ever been a part of. I've lost everything. Multiple people have lost everything. There's no houses. There's no jobs. I'm on fucking YouTube pimping myself out for 5 hours a night. Are you kidding me? The only solace I have is in the fact that I haven't taken my own life like so many other people who believed this fucking bullshit and were hanging on. This is horrible. And Mike Adams, it always helps to be a doom and gloom piece of shit when you sell doom and gloom food buckets.
And it's going to take the economic side for these walking zombies.
Rhonda, no one's fucking arguing with you. No one's arguing with you. I'm a veteran. I voted for Trump. I'm the most patriotic motherfucker you'll meet, and you're talking to my wife. I have ARs hanging on 4 walls out of the 4 walls we have in this camper. Like I'm a absolute constitutionalist. You're arguing with my wife saying all patriots don't believe this. No shit! That's my channel.
To get so pissed off to, for the first time, let their emotions actually give them some valuable insight and trigger this thing to say...
That's exactly right, Joy. If they aren't paid by secret groups who want the U.S. to collapse to keep their content up, if they aren't paid and supported and protected and taken care of by groups who want to see the United States fail, they're doing the best fucking free job of helping everybody but America that could possibly be done.
What the hell happened? What's going on? I'm pissed off. The media, you've been telling me this, and this, and that ain't true. I'm losing my house, car, job's gone. The velocity of money slows down and it keeps going right down the drain. Right down the drain. Now, guess what? Now everybody's attention is on.
That's a good plan, John, if you want silver. If you're buying precious metals, hold the precious metals. Put them in your safe, put them in your pocket, put them in a piggy bank, put them whatever you want. never, ever, ever sign up. I don't trust them for a portfolio where you get a piece of paper that says you own precious metals in a fucking safe somewhere underneath the Denver airport or some shit.
Who did it? And what am I going to do next? And then you realize who did it. Taking the fight.
Right. Who paraded their father around at 90 years old, a war veteran with a very susceptible immune system, until he was faced with absolute death, up until the point I was still screaming we need to take him to a vibrational center. Who did it?
It's talking about $85 billion worth of U.S. military equipment. So now the Taliban was filmed this week. More proud of anybody going in there with that kind of calmness, eloquence.
You're just on the wrong side.
I met Derek pissed off and doing something about it. That's why I'm so proud of this district attorney, because times now comes the pain. Now comes the pain. Double, triple meanings. Now comes the pain. You know what? That pain's going to have to hit all of us. I'm not doing a good enough job, obviously, waking up enough people. So I guess I deserve some pain too. I thought I'd have a hell of a lot more people woken. Yeah, there's millions of us out here now, but
yeah, I mean, you ought to see the special area we roped off to park your walker at when you came to a Patriot Street Fighter event. Miles and miles of just fucking stainless steel, aluminum, plastic protectors, and tennis balls as far as the eye could see. It was like instead of walkers being produced in a factory, they were grown in a field, and the abundance was everywhere.
There's not enough. There's not enough people who do this, that go to these school board meetings, that go to these city council meetings. Everybody's a patriot. I'm a patriot, I believe. When are they getting out to the school board meetings? When are they getting to the town councils and raising hell? In fact, I've got one right here. I'm going to pull that one up.
Look. I'm tired of him calling us out. I pulled over a high school teacher who also sits on the school board the other day in Mariah's car with illegal strobe lights I put on there to appear as if I'm a cop. And I've got a little badge I carry around that says MAGA Mountie. It's got Donald Trump's picture on it. And it says that I've been given the right by God to pull anybody over I want. Hashtag MAGA country. And I pulled him from the car, beat him severely with a Donald Trump branded nightstick that has Donald Trump screaming on the end of it. It says woke equals shithead. And I beat him with that. And then I screamed relentlessly the entire time, "Who's the pedo now? You want to touch little kids, you piece of shit?" I do apologize that he's an 86-year-old Vietnam War veteran. Served a couple years in World War II as well. But, we got to get the message across. Thank God my tomahawk hasn't come in yet, or they'd have found pieces of him all over the county.
I'll let you see this.
Fuck do you want me to do, man? God damn.
Find him. I met Derek when I was out in San Diego. This guy's a patriot. I tell you what, he went where?
How you met Derek from the bathhouse in San Diego? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Are you? See if this is it.
Look, I'll go to any scoreboard meeting and scream satanic ritual abuse until I'm as blue in the face as the tits on Scott with the circulation cut off, okay?
Our supervisor passed a misinformation campaign against us today.
That's exactly where he got the idea. He said it before, General.
We're going to pull up a speech here right now because I want you to see it. By the way, Derek, man, I'm proud of you, brother. I got to find this. This must be it. Hopefully. We are going to bring this up on Instagram. Hopefully it comes.
Look, I bought 3,842 pairs of leather chaps and distributed them at my local school. elementary schools all the way up through high school. Nobody would wear them. I'm trying, okay?
Comes up. I've been kicked off of Instagram. Here he is. So I'm going to see if I can expand this somehow.
It's a hatchet because it bothers him.
And I know there's a percentage button I could probably hit here. So here's Derek speaking to this board of supervisors. This is how to do it.
This is how to do it. Do it to it.
My name is Derek Greco. Never interfere with your enemy when he is in the process of destroying himself. Let these people hang themselves. Okay? These are all political dead men walking. You all know you will all be replaced except for Jim. We love Jim. Right?
That's a badass.
The other thing I want to speak about is that you dig your grave with fork and knife. I am not going to be subjecting myself, my family, or anyone that I know to an experimental vaccine when we know the true roots of health are rooted in proper diet, nutrition, sunlight, vitamin D.
I went to the nursing home and I tried to recruit my local nursing home. And I said, who here wants to sign up to be a Patriot Street Fighter? And some old lady put her teeth back in and said, we're already signed up. We watch him every Sunday in the activities room. And I said, oh, sorry.
Something that we do not hear whatsoever from the medical community, and they act like there's a miracle vaccine that's going to make us all healthy all of a sudden.
How vain is it that this guy said, this is your backup plan. If Trump can't follow through, if he can't save us, if he can't make his promises and keep them, if he can't do it, then I will.
Ludicrous.
Okay.
You guys are wearing masks. According to your statutes, you guys are sitting down. The COVID's not there when you sit down. It's when you stand up, remember? Just like in the restaurants. But let me remind you all, you guys are.
Here's my biggest problem. I know sometimes we talk about these people getting us rounded up, and if there ever is, like the conspiracy theories say, there's going to be concentration camps, or we're going to be labeled with these guys and this and that. And a lot of that is probably not going to happen. It's probably not feasible. I know the FBI does their little stings and set people up, and I know there's people arrested, and there's crazy people that go out and murder their children in Mexico in the desert because they think they're reptilians because they've been watching Mike Penny and shit like that. Here's the biggest issue. Here's the biggest issue flat out. There is currently a worldwide movement to demand accountability and transparency from our elected officials. There is none. I don't care what you believe about the pandemic. I don't care what you believe about the medicine for that. I don't care what you believe about the Great Reset. There is a worldwide movement with people in the streets in multiple countries demanding accountability and transparency of our elected officials.
Hey there, man.
Miss J bought you 10. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for pimping yourself out with the money spent on you, Big Papa. Thank you very much, Miss of Jade. Thank you. I appreciate it. There is the largest movement ever. The time has never been like this before. There's never been every other country's mobilized waiting on the U.S. to do something. It's just unprecedented the time we're in. Now, I see that, and I'm a dumbass fucking grunt from goddamn Tennessee. So you know who else sees that? The elected officials that are scared to death that we ever come together, that we ever demand transparency, that we ever demand accountability. What's the easiest way to derail a movement? To discredit it in a way that makes it look silly, stupid, based on conspiracy, not factually based, that it makes it seem like it's just a bunch of crazy people. You make them seem like crazy people, then you give them a crazy thing to do, then you demonize them. Scott and Mike Penny and the Frogs and all these other fucking grifting pieces of shit are building an army that is not going to save us. It will be used to discredit the very valid, very real movement that involves liberals and conservatives and libertarians and centrists and every fucking person with some common sense around the world. They will use this army to stand it up and shut it down and say, look, they're the same. They're the same. They want to overthrow the government, and they basically want to overthrow the government through transparency. They're the same people. And when they call us all crazy, and when they try to shut us all down with narrative, the next thing you know is some of these sons of bitches will show up with some fucking guns. Some of these people will fucking show up at a politician's house or place of work or a historical site or some ungodly, stupid thing probably set up by the FBI themselves, pop off enough rounds and spill enough blood to shut the whole thing down. And then anybody caught saying, we demand transparency or we demand accountability will be labeled the same, and you'll be shut down with an iron fist. And the people who got out because you were crazy and too violent will be cheering it on. You know, I was convinced of that at one time, but I'm glad they're shutting them people down. They're dangerous. They're crazy. They go too far. You know, at one time I thought maybe we needed some answers, but Jesus Christ, it's not worth it. Look what they're out here doing. Look how crazy they are. Did you hear one of them showed up with a such and such and then attacked a such and such? We're not watching our team being built and just not liking the team. We're watching the enemy fucking army being built to shut us down as they claim they're part of our team.
You're all living on borrowed political time. You've awakened masses, and with every action, look what happens. You get an equal but larger reaction. What happens in these hallways and in these courtyards is people are uniting, hugging, laughing.
No idea on the buildings that these bastards are meeting in to plot against you, like these evil, single voice for all of them. This is what it's going to take. It is going to take everybody getting it on, like now, because the sooner we all move into this collectively.
Think about if okay, let's say that you don't believe that kids should be wearing masks in school. Okay, I don't care if you do or not. That's not the argument in chat. I don't even want to hear your opinion. But let's say you don't. And let's say you get another 200 parents and you show up at a school board meeting and you got signs and you've been protesting and the school board's job scared, and you go in there and say, look, it's not feasible. We shouldn't do this. Kids are at a lesser risk. When they do get it, they seem to recover. It's depleting their oxygen, whatever your claims are. And let's say they come across really well. And then let's say the person beside you, Chris, jumps up and says, yeah, and I know you're stealing our babies and drinking their blood. What do you think happened to your message? And don't think for a minute these people aren't in your hometown and won't be at those school board meetings. They will. When we watch Mike Penny's show, I literally hear him call out cities that surround me. I've heard him call out my hometown twice. I've heard him call out cities within a 10-minute drive probably 100 times. They're already there. They're already trained. They're already indoctrinated. They're already watching every day. And when you have a real message to put across, they're going to be there to yell, yep, and I know that 90% of all politicians are pedo guys. By the way, I saw your earlobes. I saw your earlobes, head of the school board, and I think you're a clone. Where's the real school board leader, Gitmo? I heard he was executed. How do you recover from that blow? From inside your movement, at least it'll appear to be. It'll appear to be your teammate It's like playing a game of basketball, and your team is down by 2, and you dribble the ball down the court, and you dodge this guy, and you get past this guy, and you get it across half court, and the buzzer's counting down, and this is going to be the last shot of the game, and you pass it to someone on your team who you think can shoot. He's at the 3-point line. He's wide open, and as soon as the clock hits like 2 seconds left, he goes to shoot, and he pulls the ball down and says, you know what? This ball's round, and I think the earth's flat, and drops it on the floor, and the buzzer goes off. You're just shutting it down.
In a unified front, the fear factor will rise so high. Imagine you can't stop. You can stop mainstream media projection of the truth, but you can't stop.
That's right. Paul Davis, we haven't really covered this. I was kind of waiting to see what it had developed in. Paul Davis's name, he's in our chat. He's the guy who told Jeff that he was going to call Cold Beer Confessional on him. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a trucker. He's doing some FEMA runs and doing some different things right now. Paul Davis's name is brought up all the time in other channels. And when it is, it's usually tied to a trucker strike that he 100% knows is not happening. It's not real. It's fake. It's a trap. It's a setup. It's a lie. But for some reason they say, oh, I don't know where our friend Paul Davis is at. I'm going to have to call and check on him. You know, he's part of that big trucker strike they got going on. Did you guys hear about that? There's going to be a trucker strike on this day, this day, this day. But I talked to Paul Davis, I don't know, how often we talk, Paul? Like every couple days or something? Not what he's been telling me. Weird how different your narrative can be.
Letting this fly all over the world that every major city in the country has a revolution of citizenry converging on the buildings that these bastards are meeting in to plot against you like these evil Khazarian devils.
That's right, Gio. It was supposed to be today. I guess they delayed it.
What do you think the projected image of that's going to be everywhere else in every town in America, knowing that their time has come, that they're next, that this is going to filter right down to the basest, lowest levels of communities, and we, the people, are coming to end the nightmare, this bullshit of these idiots. They're either idiots or they're just dark energy led by the Satanists.
So I think let me be clear here. I think it's a good idea to have a couple weeks of food on hand in case of a flood or a hurricane or natural disaster or any other reason you might not need it. But I think a food shortage would be one of the best derailment psyops you could possibly do. How many people in here have a wife or a kid or a mother, someone that they love, probably family, that you would watch starve to death and not try to do something about it? I would say very few. And if you do have one person that maybe you're like, yeah, starve, you son of a bitch, you have other people that you would not watch starve to death. So when they tell you there's no food, when they send you, even when they keep sending the same amount but people are buying it quick, you know, there was no toilet paper shortage either. There was just people buying it up. It was a good test run. When they tell you there's no food and the people who get there first buy it all up and the people who come second are left fighting over a can of Beanie Weenies. And when it comes down to you look your kids in the eye and he says, I'm hungry, and the cabinets are bare and there's nothing going on, what would you do at that point to feed your loved ones, first of all? And second of all, how much attention are you paying to Joe Biden or Nancy Pelosi or the House of Representatives or members of Congress or the Senate or the Supreme Court? If you're fighting to feed your starving kid, how much time do you have to see to read the new executive order that was just signed? Probably not a whole lot. I mean, I wouldn't. I would fucking fight you in a heartbeat over food for my kids. I would fight the people in this chat who support me and donate to me and want to see me succeed to feed my children. I would fight you over a can of whatever you got to feed my kids.
To put an end to this shit show so we can get on with building the Garden of Eden. That is what we're sitting here, leaving on the table. We can get it here sooner. Now, you're going to be surprised who you become in this fight. You're going to
Probably. That's probably true, Greg Gates. I run on prescription drugs.
You had no idea existed. Do you think I ever thought I was going to turn on a camera, do a live stream, first live stream ever, and have Patriot Street Fighter come out of the ashes like a meteor to what it's done now?
That's not true.
No idea. I had no idea. I did something. I got pissed off, started a radio show. That's what I did. One day woke up. I'm like, I'm done with this. Calling my friend. I'm going to get what's in me out of me, and it's going to at least help me. I didn't know what it was going to do.
No, that's the problem. People can't tell the difference. There's a whole half of the United States, including like 70% of people that were polled that were black, older black people that did not agree with BLM, did not agree with their message, did not agree with any type of reform because they saw the violence that was perpetrated in the Northwest. So no, people can't tell the difference. When the news says this person is this person and they're all together, you can't tell the difference. Most people can't. There's no nuance. So when they say the pedo guy, blood drinking, want to murder Nancy Pelosi with a hatchet people are the same people who want accountability from their government, people are going to be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I just did it for me because I knew I was in the fight. And then we get into November after we started in January last year, did the live stream, boom. How do you know you are not the one that's been sitting there waiting to be ignited to come out and save us all? How do you know you're not the one? How do you know? Some of you,
because it's not the Matrix. We don't have the one.
Be looking in the mirror and saying, holy cow, I had no idea. And what's funny is if it's a man, the wife is going to say, what are you talking about?
I don't have a Costco, but I wish we did. We have a Sam's Club.
Become who I always knew you were. And the ladies, I don't have to talk to you. You guys are the ones out there mounting a frontal assault on.
He can't say nothing to the ladies because he told Mike Adams in a friendly interview that he found out that 93% of his audience was female of an older variety. You know, he's got an army.
It's bullshit because you're bringing your mom energy to the fight, which is obviously what we need in this country. So anyways, those are the things I wanted to cover with you today.
When you say can't people tell the difference, look, I'm a Trump voter and I don't have any problem with anybody of any other race. I'm not trying to fucking deport legal people here. I'm not a fucking racist. I don't want to attack anybody. I'm not mad at fucking, I don't hate my nephew who's gay or anybody else that's gay. I don't do that. But for 5 years, just like someone said in chat, I've been bunched in with the people running around screaming, America's for white people, and this is that, and this. No, people can't tell the difference. And they haven't been able to pick out the difference between a civilized fucking human and a batshit crazy person. If you vote the same way, if you protest the same way, if you like the same candidate, if you wear the same colors, if you got the same hat on, you're all the fucking same.
I truly now believe, folks, it is going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
By the way, we're still trying to raise $600,000 for my tour bus. It is going to get worse before it gets better. Buy food buckets. You're going to get some new wrinkles. Buy collagen. You're going to need to you might need to fight for your life. Buy a tomahawk, and also whatever's left, go buy gold because I get a kickback on that and help me pay for my bus. It's going to get worse.
The Democrat.
Who the fuck tells people it's going to get worse? We're going to take some black eyes. It's going to be horrible. People are going to go broke. You're going to lose your home. You're going to be starving. There's going to be food shortages. There's going to be everything else. Oh, and by the way, make sure you cash out your 401k and buy this product that I sell.
Democrats in this country, again, buyer's remorse to a
Tim Pool's been in survival food for a fucking while, since way, way, way before the election, since before the Democratic candidates were announced.
being butchered by these animals over there, being butchered because of what the clown.
That's right, Dan.
Blame Biden all you want, and the incompetence of them and the idiot Kamala Harris is and the politicians. Folks, they're following orders. They controlled. Trump said it the other day.
By the way, I see Shart in the chat. Anybody who talks to her, I'm going to have to go tell all the other channels that you've been speaking with her. That is my job. That is my role. I take it seriously, and I will lash out and attack anybody who speaks to her and tell everybody that, hey, that person was speaking to her. I'm tired of it.
There's a cabal controlling this White House. There is a cabal pulling the levers. The people aren't thinking for themselves. They're not even smart enough to be that stupid to make such political miscalculations or commit self-suicide. Trust me, these people would get more votes sawing their heads off with a rusty butter knife while on camera in front of the whole world. They'd still get more votes than what they just allowed happen in Afghanistan. After 20 years of blood and treasure, walking away from $85 billion of high-tech equipment to turn on us. Trust me, somebody's pulling their strings.
What?
Even the DC swamp dwellers are starting to have real concerns about what they're seeing. So I'm telling you, the pendulum is coming. One more piece of information that came at me today, and then I'll let you guys get back on with your evening. Other stuff coming out of, let me see if this is out of Las Vegas today. Okay, yeah, came from my friend Adam. He keeps an eye on the movement of military equipment out in Las Vegas, coming out in Ellis or the Army Depot.
Oh God, I don't do intel, brother.
So yeah, it's talking about 85 billion worth of U.S. military equipment.
I still have a Telegram. If you look in the top right corner of the stream, you'll see some links flashing right there. The one that comes up after Instagram. So that's the YouTube. That's the Instagram, Cold Beer Confessional. The next one, Cold Beer Confess at Gmail is what it says. I know you can't see the Gmail right there. Cold Beer Confess at Gmail. Send me an email if somehow you got. So what happened with our Telegram is I didn't really understand the 2 rooms concept, and there was like a back door where anybody could get in, and they were using that to, screenshot and attack and just different things. It's been an issue for a while now with different groups of people who don't like us or think we're the devil or whatever. So if you got kicked out inadvertently, when I closed that loophole, it did kick out some people who were supposed to be there. I knew it would. So when I closed that door, it automatically kicked like 93 people out of there. So anybody wants to join, just shoot me an email, coldbeerconfess@gmail, and you can come right back in.
So
let me know what your name is on YouTube. That's all I ask. Like if you're Raging Cajun, just put Raging Cajun on YouTube.
Film this week, moving captured U.S. military vehicles to Iran. Imagine this. Tons and tons of armored vehicles. Joe Biden left 300 times more guns there than those.
I'm not saying, Barry, what is the ideal way to handle this situation. I'm saying what will fucking happen. I've seen people fight over fucking TVs at Black Friday. 2 older ladies got in a fight at my local Kroger over a fucking 18-pack of toilet paper. I'm not saying what is the most logical way that the most people could. Actually, the best way to do it would be the people who got there first not to buy all the food in a panic, to buy what they needed for the week and know there's another truck coming next week and leave some for the rest of us. But that's not what happens, is it? That's not what happened in the toilet paper. That's not what happens in the fucking food shortages. Wink, wink. That's not what happens when people are hungry. That's not what happens when people are pissed off. That's not what happens when they claim there's a fake ammo shortage. That's not what ever fucking happens. That's not what happens on Black Friday. It just doesn't happen. I'm not saying what would be the best way to approach this and how can we all save each other. I'm saying when I get to the store and there's 1 can of food left, I will fucking stab you with a spoon to feed my kids. Now, is the best way to share or beg or meet and become a communion? Probably. Is that going to happen? Absolutely not. Nobody's going to fucking share with you when they believe there's a food shortage coming.
Passed on to the cartels in Mexico by Obama and Eric Holder in Fast and Furious. And you saw the carnage that came from that in a year. 25,000 civilians in Mexico murdered by the cartel in their Clowns in America drug wars against the people and the political.
I don't personally think I'll have to fight anybody. I just to be ahead of the curb. Mariah and my kids and my family and I all switched to cannibalism last week.
Class who tries to go up against them, 300 times more guns than that. So pallets of cash. I saw the videos of pallets, probably a dozen or more, stacked about 4 feet high, $100 bills. That, if 208 military aircraft, Scan Eagle drones, how do you like that? They now have drones.
All right, so they've had drones before. They've overrun bases before. They did get a lot of sensitive equipment. You don't have to worry so much about the weapons, and you really don't have to worry so much about the cash. So a lot of people kind of don't understand how world economics work. So it isn't ideal. I'll admit, the cash isn't ideal. And they have all that cash, and what are they going to spend it on? But it's not. Cash is never taken out of our economy. When we're not talking about war, we're not talking about Taliban. When we talk about like a global economy, I'm not a fan. I'm an America First guy. But when we send American dollars out into the world, the only real value they hold is in America as a country and in our economy. So they've got to come back around. They've got to come back to the U.S. They have to come back eventually. Now, it may be 50 years, 30 years, 3 months, 2 days. It doesn't matter. It has to come back around. The cash is kind of irrelevant because that cash was earmarked to be spent there anyways. That cash is used for informants. That cash is used for interpreters. That cash is used to pay off the loyalists or warlords or whatever. That cash is already earmarked. The rifles and weapons and shit like that, a lot of that shit gets left in every fucking war. Not all of them, but anything contractors are using, anything special forces are using, anything that's not run-of-the-mill serialized and put in a case and shipped back home, all that shit gets left anyways. Now, what the bigger issue is like Stinger missiles, Predator drones, attack drones, surveillance drones, Black Hawk helicopters. That's not typical, and that is a bigger issue. The problem with that is, if I was a Taliban soldier, you couldn't run me into a Black Hawk helicopter with a shitty fucking mop, because when we get a general, when we get a chance, when we get somebody at the helm that has some fucking balls and isn't trying to bend over backwards to kiss the ass of a fucking terrorist regime, that'll be primary target number one. There will be fire raining from the heavens to destroy them motherfuckers. If it's 2024, if it's in 6 months when we get the deal to do a strike on a terrorist or an ISIS-K member in Afghanistan, those targets will be taken out. I guarantee you those will not stay out in the ether to be used later. They will. So it's going to happen eventually. You could not. I know they're all over them now, and they got jets and they got this. Those will eventually. They'll either destroy them or we will. The problem is in the meantime. So until we get a chance to take them out, until we get a chance to fucking drone strike them, until we get a chance to fucking bomb, an airfield that they've set up impromptu, until then, we need to make sure that those don't get a chance to be used on American people, allies, or defenseless people living in Afghanistan. We need to keep an overwatch on those. And we'll take them back offline when we get a chance. No, you might not see it in the news. You might just hear, we used a rocket attack to take out an ISIS-K leader we believed was responsible for the bombing that killed, 13 Marines in Afghanistan. But there'll be other missiles flying other places. I'm telling you, when they get a green light, they'll look at all the targets in the available area. What are the chances of civilian casualty? And they'll start popping them off.
Stunning. 7,035 machine guns, 4,702 Humvees. Take over the whole damn country in the
Humvees aren't a big issue either. If we pull the radios and the jammers out of them, which I'm sure we did, we pull the radios and the jammers that we use. I'm not talking about Iraqi army radios or whatever the fuck they use. If we pull our sensitive items out of them, those aren't a big issue either. I don't know if you guys watched the ISIS takeover of Iraq, but you saw they had Humvees, they had technicals, they had MRAPs, they had all that shit.
Yes, for those Humvees here. 20,040 hand grenades.
Not a big deal. They've got explosives. They've got a cache of Russian weapons that they fucking left there that they're still using against us.
20 bombs. Gee, wonder where they might detonate some of those. And 1,394 grenade launchers.
The problem isn't as big as them. Grenade launchers aren't a big deal either. The problem isn't as big. Are they going to take them to Europe? Are they going to take them to Germany? Are they going to take them to here or there to one of our allies countries? The problem is, are they going to use them in Afghanistan? Are they going to use them on innocent civilians? Are they going to use them on people that were left behind? Are they going to use them for their promo videos? Are they going to use them for this? It's not exactly easy to smuggle a Black Hawk into Europe. It's not, especially when you don't even fucking understand radio communication. It's not very easy to smuggle a fucking bomb that was left strapped to a fucking fighter jet or a Sidewinder missile it's not easy to get that shit in. Grenade launchers, explosives, all the stuff that's screened for at an airport. It'll probably be used in country. It'll probably make its way to like Syria and other third world countries that want to buy it. But it's not the biggest issue to say, like he says, I wonder where that'll be detonated. Well, in one of those shithole countries is where it'll be detonated.
Gee, I wonder where some of those may end up. Your neighborhood, coming soon to a theater near you.
That's not going to happen. It would take full government and civilian cooperation to get a bomb in your neighborhood from the Taliban.
Truly astonishing. Armored personnel carrier, M113A2, $170,000 each. Mine-resistant vehicles, $412,000 to $776,000 each. It's just nonstop insanity. So, if you cannot see now how much this is spinning out of control, you're never going to see it. This is a planned demolition of the entire cabal structure in such a way that it's going to be so bad that
by the way, their new narrative is they gave those to the Taliban, and the Taliban is supposed to distribute those to other countries, including Pakistan, to fight their own battles with the cabal. That's what the grifters are saying, because they're white hats.
Dipshit who's wearing a mask in a car by yourself.
I don't understand how you can simultaneously believe that the Taliban is white hats and they're going to use those weapons to fight the cabal and also be mad that we left them.
Probably with your saddle shoes on and your sister's bobby socks. Even you.
What is this cross-dressing fetish?
You're going to get pissed and you're going to start using this thing, your brain. No more motion. Use your brain and you're going to start to listen. And you're going to start to see a clear picture. And then we unify. You take those shoes and socks off, you put on a pair of biker boots or army boots, whatever you want, and then we're collectively going to lock arms and go.
White towels. I'm watching for Sue's, Shane, not looking for her. I'm watching to see if you touch the Shah or not.
That's what they're waiting for. So no more.
I've been taking notes.
When are they going to do this? What are they waiting for? I'm sick and tired of this. They're sick and tired of you. Believe me, they're sitting back saying,
By the way, as long as we're building armies, they're white hat armies, the Taliban building an army, the terrorists are building an army, how many tomahawks they got? I'm sorry, how many hatchet/peace pipes they got? That we're going to take back our country.
They were going to kill billions.
I know that. I was very upset. By way of a guy that I knew in the military, I know a Marine that was killed I'm not going to talk about it because of the family and stuff, but I know a Marine that was killed in Afghanistan during that whole debacle. I was very upset about it. I couldn't talk about it for a while. You guys saw how upset I got when we just covered it as a news story. It's just not something I can handle with all the other stressors I got going on now and people coming out and fucking attacking and doxing and reporting and all that shit. It's just not something I can handle. I know that. But these guys fucking tore me up saying, oh, they really died in a tunnel fighting the lizard people, and they really did this, and they really did that, and it's all inflatable, and none of it's real. And when Trump says he's going to go back and blow them up, he means blow them up with air. He's given us a clue that it's all inflatable. Okay.
On this planet, and we stop them. We have to stop them permanently, though. We got to let them carry out their plan far enough until the people finally suffer enough pain and loss of life that they say, let's revolt and take it over.
That's the worst plan ever. Look, if you've got the proof, if you've got the receipts, if you've got undeniable everything, fucking take over the airwaves like you said you was going to do. Emergency broadcast. Let's all come to Jesus and tune into our TVs. National fucking holiday. Sit down. Let's walk and watch through this and explain it with some goddamn fucking sense to yourself. And more people will come around than if you fucking make them sick and give them this fake blah, 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 and this other thing that's supposed to cure, that'll kill you, and then give the Taliban weapons and then arm terrorists and then come over and take over and then lose money and then make us the laughingstock of the world and also hold political prisoners. And you got people losing their homes and their houses and their jobs and their money, and they're killing themselves and taking their own lives. And that's not a good plan. All you're doing is making me hate you, the other side, both sides, the people talking about it, and everybody else. It's not a good plan. It's the worst of the plans.
We can do a better job. It's far better than the billions we would have never recovered.
It's all right, Shane. I thought about getting a cuss jar like Travis's channel. I think it's a good idea if you don't want to cuss, a cuss jar. I was going to get one, but come on, man. I live in a camper. Like, we're going to fill one of the bedrooms.
It is a complete...
Could get a cuss jar big enough.
Prison planet. They stopped it. Now they want to put an end to it permanently. There's only one way. One way, we the people waking up. And the only way to do that is with the military, and that is going to happen. I'm going to pop over here right quick, have a look at what you guys might be staying tonight, if you're still with me.
It would look like we was in a titty bar on Dollar Night. That shit just be flying everywhere.
Season of Firefox. Wow, things are turning around. I'm able to get onto our channel tonight with with this browser, Brave. I use Brave a lot, and I found a way to use different browsers to get around that clown show, these people. Teresa Vetter, I'm ready to rock and roll. Carol Hawk, me ready. Gave evidence to my county sheriff hoping to force hospitals to prove their COVID diagnosis is real. If not, expose them and stop it all. Good for you. Taking action. Pennsylvania, Monroe County is fighting out there in Pittsburgh. Great. Oh, yeah. Anybody see the BS about all the 5-year-olds that will come down with polio like diseases in October, November? More vaccine damage. That's right. They're bringing the good stuff back, giving it to kids. Talk about a way to demoralize the adults. Devolution. That's exactly what it is. Somebody asked me today, what is devolution? It's the opposite of evolution. That's what they're doing. We are going through devolution. We are devolving downward in all aspects of society, and including dismantling the entire global architecture of this machine that brings death, pain, suffering, disease, and insanity onto the human population. We have to piece by piece dismantle this thing in such a way that it's coming down slowly.
No, I've honestly been I've been talking to Travis on Telegram and stuff. Travis is still a good dude. I mean, he's taking his own path, and maybe we don't agree with that. Travis is still a decent dude. He works hard to try to please everybody, which sometimes comes across as, you know, pleasing nobody. I hope he takes his show in a direction that he wants it to go. That's why it's his show, and he's been to build it, but. I don't think Travis knows half the shit like his mods do. I was trying to tell him the other day that I was banned, and he's like, no, I unbanned everybody this morning. I was like, no, I think your mods wait for you to say I unbanned everybody and then come back and ban me. Like, I can't comment. And he did find me and unbanned me right after that. But it's just, I think that his mods are trying to run the show, and Travis is not getting his say in it. He's still a decent guy. I talk to him every once in a while. I've talked to him a couple times today and just short messages, asked him a question about something, or tell him, you know, so-and-so saying this about me. I want you to know it's not true, and shit like that.
To inflict the least amount of damage on humanity as possible. The least amount, not completely, the least amount as possible, to get this architecture in such a position of weakness that they cannot retaliate with a Samson option nuclear bomb or some other bioweapon they have parked on the sidelines to take out 90% of us as we burn the rest of them out. That's what they have planned for us, because if they know they're going to be finished.
Travis even apologized the other night when Char was on. Liberty Warrior told him not to, but he already had. So
because they'll be rewarded for that in their satanic realm anyways. So their victory still remains a victory. They're trying to take that option away from them so they cannot retaliate in a way that's going to be devastating to the population. But that's what devolution is. That's why we are going through devolution now. It's kind of like controlled demolition.
He made everybody a mod for a while, Shane.
That's where we are. As I understand, that's how I see it. That's how I'm interpreting what I see. Again, Scotty McKay has no crystal ball. I have no inside intelligence at this point that I can verify. Most of what I put out is unverified information coming from intelligent sources, because unless I can see it myself or be involved in it, can't verify. I can only take what I see, put it against the landscape that I'm observing, see, does it fit? Does it make sense? At least I'm being told that this is what's happening. I make that judgment call.
Being told by the Guardians of the Galaxy, of course.
Once again, it's up to you. Do your own research. Don't get caught in a sand trap thinking any one of us out here has the answers and we know the full truth. Trust me.
Nothing, Allie. Nothing.
The truth.
Profiting. That's what they're That's what they're doing. They're profiting.
Those people are less than 10. 3 of them are non-military. That's it. Those are the only people that know every single moving part of what's happening, what's going to happen, and then when we win, what's next. That's it. I don't care what anybody else tells you, what anybody else says, the intel they come out with. I know this, and it's all bullshit. They might have some current events that come out. I might have current events come out, but they can make speculation all day. They do not know the truth of exactly what's going down. Those 9 people on that team. That's it. Nobody else, no matter what they say. So anyways, I think I've bloviated quite a bit tonight. See if there's any questions in here in particular. I have an amazing show for you guys tomorrow. This is going to be an extension. Oh, by the way, hold on.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if we can identify this genius, but
uh-oh.
Let me see if I can find this.
Here we go.
This was another one of those, I don't know what you call them, complete moron. Okay. Okay, negative 48. How do you like it in my world now that you're getting attacked? Negative 48's under attack. Hey there, man. Guess he must be on to something. So,
Brian Putt, bunch of 3 6-packs. Enjoy the Kofifi. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, no.
For the cuss jar. Shane, have at it.
Q Idiot donating 150 into the cuss jar and telling Shane to go for it. I appreciate that, Q Idiot. Thank you, man. I appreciate all your support, your website, and everything. I appreciate it. I got that video you sent today. I'm going to use it later on.
you definitely are a ray of light. Believe me, you and your husband are awesome. It's got this person spreading. It's got the little shit emoji about you on -48 chat group. I'm so pissed. How dare they say this? Read below. Now, let's dissect this idiot. Scott wore an Illuminati all-seeing eye charm around his neck on one of his very first episodes in August with -48. And it says, and that, whatever that means. Not only was he wearing it for his first episodes with -48 and had never worn any even questionable imagery before that I know of, but also he immediately brought it up and tried to give some big ass, creepy as hell, IMO, I don't know what that stands for, disclaimer about wearing,
in my opinion,
that it was a gift from a viewer and he didn't care what anyone thinks, which he had also never talked like that before. Okay, let's just analyze. For starters, this person's a liar and full of shit, because when the beginning of August, whenever that was, I was already here. I was here. And when I had this particular necklace on, you know what, folks, gift from the Sioux Nation, gift
of the Sioux Nation.
Made this for me, handmade, this leather band, gifts. I wear gifts people gave me. Let them know that I like them and they're important to me. I got others over there, right? So somebody gives me this, and it's a circle, and it says Earth, and then it says Haven, and it's got a swirl. If you look at it, you're like, hey, that kind of does look like an eye, like from the eyelids and an eye. People are going to see what they want to see. What does it mean? I have no idea. But after all that I have done on this channel, all that I've done, all of a sudden, I'm now Illuminati. You realize you fork an ice hole that killed my dad? Do you know how fucking stupid they are? And this asshole, what do they say? Well, you know, they all
you killed your dad.
Somebody, blah, blah, blah. So this scumbag piece of shit moron is now accusing me of killing the general because I'm a Satanist Illuminati. This is a kind of dark.
I think you're just dumb.
These are people, folks, you never listen to. You just laugh at them because they're a satanic infiltrator, or they're stupid, or both. So anyways, I wasn't wearing that in August. That was when I was on the bus. And I know that I didn't wear it after Sturgis. How do I know? Because when we were in Sturgis on July the 4th, I was sitting down with Sasha Stone at a restaurant with the girls, myself and Gio. We're having a conversation about, and that was the last day I ever wore that for a specific reason. So this ice hole is lying already, saying it was in August.
For a specific reason.
Here's what this
or what that is.
Says. So in my opinion, since what I'm telling you all here, which was like only 2-3 weeks ago, another lie, and early August, and coincidentally, just before his dad passed away suddenly, and in the light of what people are saying that they've just started observing with him now, which is me, it looks to me, based on all my research, the last almost 10 years, wow, boy, did you just waste 10 years, you moron, leading up to all of the current, even that Scott has been gotten to and possibly even forced to offer up a friend or a loved one as a sacrifice, and to keep him from killing them, which based on my research, which is where on the inside of a fork and toilet bowl, and research usually and
forker
of itself. Man, let me tell you something. If you're going to do any research, you should research the English language so you can be grammatically correct in everything that you say. It is in and
easy.
Are
You've been kind of fucked up with what you said.
They usually have to swear from that point forward to show allegiance in a very public manner while on their platforms. The necklace he's brandished, I notice Chrissy says, I'm sorry, Scott, these people sit on their brains. No shit, they do. I think that they slowly defecate them out over the course of their whole life till there's nothing left and they are 88 years old, and then they just shovel dirt on them. But this is just the kind of stuff you see every day. You know, you just have these low energy people out there, like the basketball headed basement bitch. These people, they offer nothing to humanity. All you have to do is
who's the basketball headed basement bitch?
88 years old, and then they just shovel dirt on them. But this is just the kind of stuff you see every day. You know,
is that my new nickname?
These low energy people out there, like the basketball headed basement bitch. These people, they offer nothing to humanity. All you have to do is focus on what you do. Believe me, all these people like that, they're going to pay a price. Military intelligence has everything on everybody. Everything.
Oh my God. You're telling me my brothers and sisters in arms are coming after me from the military intelligence wing, the people that I served with, while the only thing you're serving up is how to donate and fake Purple Hearts, a slap in the face to the military, and they're coming for me? They're coming for me. Gotcha.
I've learned how they've earmarked me. I've learned how they've I've been talking to another person who's going to put me in touch with somebody else who's connected directly to military ops. They're going to give me intel. He said that they went
good
back
deal.
2 years turning you upside down. He said, we followed you to Sturgis. Two of them came and they watched me for the whole weekend. They wanted to see if I was a real deal. They listened to me rain down thunder on these bastards. Then they said, we watched you the whole weekend. We watched you with these people. It's very clear. You truly love these people and you're mission focused. And here's what we want to do to help you. Right. So we have these kind of people back in our play. And then we have these clowns. And I was told by a second source, all of us who are doing online, they're looking at everybody. They're seeing who's who. So at the end of the day,
good deal.
Whether it's here on this planet or this plane or another, none of these scumbags are going to escape. So they can say and do all.
Hey, come get me on the next plane, buddy. Because in this plane, I would fuck you up in a video game.
From the light, they come from the dark or self-service, and there will be a price to pay. So all I'm saying, folks, is stay focused. Don't listen to the shills, the shitheads, the trolls, the milquetoast pussies. I don't believe Russell J. Gould. Well, good for you, Lexington lady. You don't have to. Nobody's going to make you believe what you don't want to believe. Haven't heard from Overwatch for quite a while. They were upset because I was.
His intel left him. Overwatch left him.
You don't have to. Nobody's going to make you believe what you don't want to believe. Haven't heard from Overwatch for quite a while. They were upset because I was so busy on the tour I couldn't respond to their emails for a couple of weeks. So the people that said they had.
Yeah, that's the way a government entity, a secret entity, deals with you being busy. They get pissy and they stop emailing you. That's what they do.
My back apparently don't.
That's somebody who made Overwatch group at protonmail.com.
And you know what? If I'm going to be leveraged because I can't answer emails, and I didn't even get any chance to sleep on that tour 3 weeks. I didn't answer any emails. And because I was apparently disloyal, my protection's gone. And from them, they threw me overboard. I'm not worthy. I don't give a shit. I don't care who it is. I don't trade one tyranny for another anywhere, anybody. I don't care what you say.
Don't have their protection anymore? Oh, no.
Tyranny is tyranny. If you think you're going to be able to leverage me and control me and make me do what you want to do and dance like a dancing bear on a barrel, ain't going to happen. You should know better. You should know better. I'm quite disappointed with you.
I heard you refer to yourself as a bear once. I thought it had to do something with like the homosexual world, but
I thought you were a brother. I thought your whole organization were brothers of mine. If you were authentic and you were real and I was so important, you would do anything to protect me. You would do anything to keep this message going. So either you're a fraud or you're full of shit.
But a lot of people would say that about your dad, Scott. If you loved him the way you said you did, if you would have done anything to protect him the way you said you would, if you'd have blah, 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 you probably wouldn't have been toting him around on tour as a prop.
Or you just don't love me, one or the other. I'm really heartbroken by the latter possibility. But like I said, I don't care who you are. Tyranny's tyranny. I will live under nobody's. Not even my best friends or my fathers. He'd tell you the same thing. I didn't live under my father's tyranny. He was a tyrant. I fought back. He took the military side way too far with me. He'll tell you, I fought back. I won't live under anybody's tyranny. It's probably why the general has great respect for me. He knew when I was young, I'm my own man.
I don't know about that. It seems like you tried really hard in your later life to finally get any of his approval. You couldn't get into the military. You seem like a failure to him. I'm just guessing. I don't really know. I wasn't there when you were growing up because you're like 40 years older than I am.
And he knows that about me, and that's why he respects me, and that's why he trusts me. He still trusts me. But all right, I had fun hanging out.
Still trust you. He trusted you. That led to his death. That was probably a mistake, if anything.
You guys tonight, I got to offload a little bit of angst. And yep, the trolls are desperate. Enough dark energy people out there. Saw that necklace in person, and it's an effing earth being held in two hands. It's exactly what it is. It's the earth being held in two hands like this. That's what it is. Now, if you put that little ball in there, what do you got? Looks like an all. I guess the all-seeing eye looks like this. I mean, these people talk about their research. They don't know shit because the all-seeing eye's here. It's not in two hands.
Why wouldn't you just say triangle?
Like, it's just the stupidest shit. But we got to deal with these low IQ people. I call it the imbecile quotient. Watch yesterday's interview. Carrie Cassidy can go on very enlightening things that make you go, let's see. Yeah, Scott, great patriot. He's not saying he's going to change the world, but he might spark a person that will. I'm telling you right now, I'm not the guy that's going to change the world. Trust me. If that's what you think.
Unless Trump can't, then I'm going to do it. Remember?
You've overshot, your belief in me. I'm not that guy. I'm simply here to kick the hornet's nest to get that one queen bee to come out and end the whole shit show. So yeah, that person.
There you go.
I'm just looking for him. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking for him, and I'm going to convince them that they're the ones that need to go do the job. Yeah, I don't listen to 48, but that's fine if Scott does. Look, I'll tell Michael the same thing. I don't know if all this is true. I have no idea. All I'm saying, it's incredibly compelling. And like I talked to him the other day for a couple hours, he said, Scott, if you did the amount of research I've done in gematria and all the entire operation, Q operation, Trump, all this stuff since 2014, he said, trust me, you would be so freaking excited like I am. You would not sleep. And I totally believe that. I believe him. I believe the energy. Is everything he's saying right and correct? Nobody's perfect. Nobody's fully right. Nobody's perfectly right. Christ, if he's the Christ, then guess what? He's 100% right. Am I saying that? No, I'm just saying if that were true. So, folks, this is the thing. My show exists not to spoon feed.
For entertainment purposes only? Oh.
How do you think you got in this position in the first place? How do you think these scumbags took over this country so easily in the planet? Because you refuse to think. You refuse to say, you know what? They're in great positions of power. They're kings, prime minister, congressmen, and they're saying all this information. You know what? It doesn't feel right, but they're my leaders. And I have to trust them because they're the government. They're the government. I got to believe in the government. So I'm safe. You're never safe as long as there's government. Trust me. My show and my job is to tell you what I'm seeing. Here's how I'm reading the tea leaves. You go do your research. You come to a conclusion based on your perspective and your perception. And by the way, perception is 9/10 of the law. Perception is 9/10 of the law. Perception.
That's possession.
Comes from your life experiences, the environment you came up in, and how you see the world based on whatever shit was rained on you or whatever beauty you were blessed with. Everybody has a different perspective, and how you perceive everything, it's fully yours. It's wholly yours. You own it. Does it make it right or real? Wrong? Who's to say? Who's to say? Time will tell us. That's your job. It's not mine. It's your job. My job is to get you to think. Think. Get your ass off the couch or the bench. Get into the fight. My job is to get you to think. And if you're thinking, you can see what I'm telling you is true. It's time to get in the fight. That's my job. Your job is to take action. So anyways, we're now over an hour. Great to have you guys. Again, tomorrow.
Possession.
It's going to be dialogue. I believe it's between 48 and Mickey. We'll have it all established by tomorrow. That's going to be, again, at 7 p.m. Eastern time. There's going to be great visual aids, and it's going to be pretty fascinating information. So I'll get that up on the channels tomorrow. Just know you can always go to, you can always find me at scottmckay.us if you lose me, because the YouTube link will be connected to the one we're on currently. By the way, you guys did a great job. You got Patriot Street Fighter 25, 6,000 subscribers in a day or two. We had 25,000 on Patriot Street Fighter 24, which is a backup channel. You guys got that done in like a week. Good job. But yeah, that'll be same bat time, same bat channel. Again, another powerful, riveting performance by Negative and the Apostles over there with that information. They're bringing in gematria and Greek mythology tied to the Bible and the movement of the stars. Pretty fascinating stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, say goodnight to all you guys. And I think I might go put a couple miles on a dragon tonight. I might have enough energy. I've done it once in about 2.5 weeks. So thanks for putting up with me tonight. Patriot Street Fighter out. Good night, everybody. Hey, gang. Thanks for listening to this.
Well, it's kind of rough towards the end, but I'm glad we got through it, because there was some pretty crazy claims at the end. But let's shut him up first of all. Guys, that's it for me tonight. I appreciate you guys coming out. I really appreciate the support tonight. It's one of the biggest donation nights we've had in a while. Q Idiot, Shar, 007, Tar Pity, Terror Pity, Terra, Solitaire, Penny from Heaven, Shar again, Sugar Mama, Sky Queen, Egg Sugar Mama. Thank you guys for the support tonight over on Buy Me a Coffee. We have, let me refresh it right quick. We had Brian Putt, Miss of Jade, John Frank, Megsy, someone, Terror Roast. Oh, that was from last night, but still, thank you for the donation. Guys, I do appreciate it. Thank you for the support tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like I said, our channel's kind of expanding. We're covering more things. I hope you enjoyed the thing we did today. That was kind of a relevant story that we did on the Lord, Miles, and the preachers and stuff we've been doing like that. We're going to expand and cover more people who are swindling, stealing money, lying, putting on airs, whatever you want to call it. We're going to start covering those people, because those people are just as much grifters, even though they're not connected to the Q community. I have had some intel drops that says we're going to be the topics of a few shows tonight, so we'll get through that as it comes, or not tonight, but as the next few days go along, we're going to be the topics of a few shows, possibly the topics of some other shows. Protect yourself, stay out of people's, don't go harass people. Like, I've said that a million times, but apparently they believe that, like, I'm sicking people on. I did straighten out a few things that were made and threats that were made and then tried to be retracted and stuff like that today, with a completely different creator who we all kind of were caught off guard by. So I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate the stuff we're going through. Be prepared to have, I don't know, some hit videos made. It seems like those are coming down the line. Other than that, guys, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. We're trying to do 7 days a week now in the camper. We are moving our best towards the house. I know Mariah's probably tired of here already. The kids still like it. I'm still all right, but we'll figure it out as quickly as we can. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you for joining us. I do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out the whole time. The 230 of you that made it all the way to the end. It's an awesome number to end on. In Gematria, that means Scott is a douchebag. So we got that. Anyways, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for joining us. I got a headache. I'm going to try to drink some water and lay down. I appreciate it. And we will see you guys on the next one. Have a good night. No one talk to Shar. I'm taking notes.
Teach me how to ducky. They be like, what? Will you teach me how to ducky? You know why? 'Cause all my bitches love me. All I need is a beat that's super bumping and You to back it up and dump it.
Pump it out.
Put your arms out front, lean side to side. They gon' be on you when they see you hit that Dougie, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody fucking with my bro from Morningside. He go by Bubba and he hit the dance with thunder.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie. Break it down.
你好吗？你好吗？真长你好高兴，大家快乐，美国来，美国来。
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
I ain't from Dallas but I D-town boogie. I show my moves off now if buddy trying to do me. I lead our functions and all the ladies trying to screw me. Now you just do you and I'ma do me.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
Word.
Teach me how to ducky. Teach me how to ducky.
All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. All my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
This is a really hard job. Literally.
Help us.
Say what?
Again, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to hit you up with the other remix on the way out. We'll end with that music. Thank you, guys, and we will see you tomorrow night. Have a good night, everybody. Be safe.
Man, I can't talk to you now. Why do people call me while I'm on? No. Shut up. And
Here we go, I think I started some shit.
Yeah.
It's the month, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the face, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's the month, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the face, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet.
And yeah. Woo. And Mars in the house. Hey. The song. The jab. Pine needle tea. Underground DOMs save the children. Social Security card claims, birth certificate claims, Vatican Tunnel. Medbed. Martial law. 1745. 10 Days of Darkness. Digging tunnels. Dogecoin, the evergreen. 19. Vaseline. Boom.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
It's the month.
Well, Johnny, you can go to Mommy's basement.
You better buckle up.
The Nazis were working with the reptilians.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. It's the month, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Ain't seen nothing yet.
We are now the news.
See you guys.